Lynn spoke, "Miss Vesti, please," then fell on the ground. Vesti snatched her headscarf. The next moment her hair was cut by Vesti, and she said, "This suits her much better." Lynn replied, "She is sorry. Lady, please forgive her," Vesti stated. "The floor is a mess. Clean it right this minute. She doesn't want a single strand of her hair in her room." Lynn replied, "Of course, lady." Vesti said she liked warm water in her wash basin. "Forget it again, and she will chop off all of her hair." Lynn thought she was glad it did not get worse. Vesti is the only daughter of Mr. Paul, and she gets her way no matter what. As the daughter of the innkeeper, she should get some sleep. It will be a busy day tomorrow. The next day, Lynn thought she had lived in this inn for most of her life. She was a penniless orphan, and Mr. Paul, father of Vesti, was kind enough to take her in, but he does not pay her for the work she does. Sometimes it gets so hard that she wants to run away, but she knew that running away would not ensure a better life. The inn is packed because of the festival. It helps that the food here is delicious, so she needs to do whatever she can and not get on their bad side. Vesti spoke, "Her hair is out. Little fool, she touched her hat with those grubby hands." Lynn replied she was sorry. Vesti spoke, "She bet Lynn has no idea how dirty her face is right now. She is making her lose her appetite. Go wash her face immediately." Lynn spoke, "It's not coming off." Vesti told her she should hide her hair. She heard some strangers had been going around asking for girls with silver hair. Lynn asked, "What? Someone is looking for girls with silver hair?" Vesti stated, "Why would she lie to her? She know Eddie from the blacksmith. He told me about it. It seems like someone higher up is searching for a plaything." Lynn thought Vesti is only 13, but she knows more about the world than her. The life of girls in the slums is all the same. If they are lucky enough, they get work as housemaids. If they are unlucky, they must live their lives as wenches. That's what everyone told her after her mother passed away. She doesn't consider herself lucky at this point, but she has to stay at the inn as long as possible. That night, Lynn asked Josephine if she would take the pork haunch as usual. Josephine asked again, "Where in the hell does Paul spend all his hard-earned money? What a jerk. Does he still strike her?" Lynn replied, "Not as much as before." Josephine spoke, "So he still hits her." She knows she is not related, but she can't stand him, knowing how he treats her when no one is around. Here, she put in more than the order, "Sneak in some bites when Paul is not around." Lynn replied, "Thanks, she will see her next time." Josephine thought she is the spitting image of her mother. She used to smile when her mother was alive, but she has not seen her smile since her mother passed away. Minos came and asked. He have not seen her much since she started working at the inn. "Here, have some." Lynn replied she couldn't. She had to get back before Mr. Paul asked for her. Minos stated, "It will only take a minute. Have some bites. Look at these poor arms. They are about to fall off." He wished someone would get these kebabs off his hands. Lynn thought sometimes she feels miserable about her life, and every time, as if to console her, life always gives her something to look forward to. Minos told her it might be better for her to lay low for a few days. Lynn replied she knew there were some men searching for a silver-haired child. After some time, Lynn came back home. Paul shouted, "What took her so long? Take a good look. Gentlemen, is this the child they were looking for? The silver-haired, blue-eyed twat?" The gentleman spoke, "Yes, she is silver-haired." Paul asked, "Now where is the compensation they promised?" "Oh, wow. Thanks. Why is she standing there? Go with these men." Lynn asked, "What do he mean?" Vesti told her, "She don't get it. She have a new master now. Someone bought her from us." Lynn spoke, "Please don't send her away. She promised to do laundry twice a day from now on. He don't have to feed her. She won't ask him for food." Paul stated, "This is out of his hands now. Get lost, little idiot." Vesti spoke. She told her, "Lynn, silver hair would become her downfall. Don't forget her if she end up as the mistress of some ugly old noble." After that, Lynn asked, "Sir, what will they have her do?" One of them replied, "Why don't she get in the carriage first?" After some time, the maid spoke, "She has come a long way. She is all skin and bones. She won't be able to serve Lady Elizabeth like this." There she goes. She cleaned up nicely. She finally looks passable. Now eat up. She is going to need the energy. Lin thought it looked so delicious. The maid told her, slow down, she is going to choke. If she want them to work for her, she need to feed them first. Then Lin remembered the gentleman told them, her job is to wait on Lady Elizabeth. She will be doing things in her place. Things that the lady herself should not be doing. Lin thought she was not sure what she was supposed to be doing. But maybe life at the dukedom wouldn't be so bad after all. They said she would have to wait upon Lady Elizabeth. But it's been a week already, and she has yet to meet her. Contrary to her fears, life on the estate was more peaceful compared to the inn. After a few days, Lin introduced herself. Lady Elizabeth stated, wow, she does have silver hair, she is pretty, so her name is Lin. She must stay by her side at all times. Do she understand? She will see her at my lesson. After that, Elizabeth spoke, he is amazing, Marvin, he was right, she has the same silver hair as Her Highness Regina, things are going to get interesting. The next day, Lin thought her job was to keep Lady Elizabeth company. The teacher asked, Lady, did she finish the history homework she gave her last time? Elizabeth replied, of course she did. The teacher spoke, Lady made the same mistake as before, she have no choice but to punish her again. Lin thought, punish, at that time, she did not know that this was her job. The next scene, Lin thought, it hurts, she said she would grade the homework next time, so her job was to receive punishment on her lady's behalf. The governess was not allowed to punish a noble lady, so they needed someone to take her place, and Lady Elizabeth seemed to enjoy it whenever she took a beating. The job is not what she had expected, but it still beats working at the inn. She took the beating instead, hoping that made Lady Elizabeth happy. Suddenly, a boy asked, who is she? Lin thought, who could it be? She can't see because of the sunlight. The boy said, wait, she have blood on her face. This is his secret spot. He did not expect someone to be napping here. Lin thought, that's where she met a boy so beautiful. The god of beauty would throw a fit of jealousy if they laid their eyes on him. Yes, that was where she first met young Master Martin, the successor of the dukedom of Arup. What is this emotion? She feels butterflies in her stomach, a tingly sensation. Then she asks, what is happening to her? Suddenly, she hears the voice of Elizabeth asking where she is. Lin speaks, she is here, lady, and tells him if he will excuse her, then thinks something is wrong with her heart. Elizabeth asks, do she know how many times she called for her? Lin replies with apologies. Elizabeth slaps her, then asks why her head is in the clouds. Lin replies, she is sorry. Then thinks she has been serving Lady Elizabeth for about a month now. From what she has experienced so far, she has severe mood swings, and is even more temperamental than Miss Vesti. Sometimes she is in a bad mood for an entire day, and on those days, the only thing she can do is beg forgiveness. Elizabeth speaks, what a dumb twat, and asks, come to think of it, what was Governess Luther's homework this week? Lin replies, she wished for her to study the founding flag of the Trona Empire. Elizabeth tells her, go to the library and fetch me some books. Lin asks, what kind of books? Elizabeth asks, what has gotten into her? History books, of course. Dosh need to knock more sense into her. Lin replies, she will go right this minute. Then thinks Lady Elizabeth was kind enough to teach her how to read and write. Initially, she was ever so thankful, but she knows better now. There was a reason she wanted her to be literate. The more she studied, the more homework she made her do. These errands are far better than taking a beating from Governess Luther. After Lady Elizabeth messed up her homework, it gives her the opportunity to visit this grand library. There are so many books in here, she loves the smell of old books. This library holds nearly every single book published in the empire. If she ever gets a day off, she would love to come here and read all day long, just as she has to take one more. Suddenly she was falling because her foot slipped. Martin held her from falling down to the floor. Lin speaks. Thanks, young master, then thinks her heart feels like it's going to burst. Martin asks, is she doing research for the founding flag of Trona? Lin replies, yes. Lady Elizabeth asked her to get some books. Martin states, these 3 books won't be enough. Lynn asks, then what should she do? Martin tells her he will help her, he studied this before. And she should take the cap off. Her hair is very pretty. Don't people tell her this before? Her hair reminds him of the Milky Way. Lynn thought no one told her this before. A commoner with hair the color of a royal. People would point fingers and gossip behind her back, Martin states. She don't have to if it makes her uncomfortable. Lynn speaks. She will do that, she will do as master wish. Martin thought she is cuter than he thought. Then speaks, good girl. Take these books as references. He looked forward to enjoying her hair again. Lynn replies, yes, young master. Martin thought, is she the new girl Elizabeth brought in? She had scars all over her face and body. It's over the line. Even for Elizabeth, he hopes he can see her again. On the other hand, the governess asks, she is going to ask her one more time, Lady Elizabeth. She hope Lady tell her the truth this time. She did not work on the homework. Did she? This is at a much higher level than she expect of her. She can tell Lady received help from someone else. She is going to have to go to her father, Elizabeth spoke. She told her she did it. Is she saying she is lying? The governess replied. It is much more well written than the homework she have submitted so far. Elizabeth shouted. What did she say? She is the daughter of the Duke. She is more than equipped to hand in a finely written essay. The governess thought she should stop there. If they continue, that little girl won't be able to survive. Elizabeth slapped Lynn, then stated, it may be her fault after all. She deserves to be punished. Wouldn't she agree, governess? Then Elizabeth started slapping and beating her. The maids were frightened. The governess spoke. That's enough, Lady Elizabeth. Elizabeth asked, what do she mean? That's enough. She said the essay was too advanced for her level. She has disappointed her and deserves to be punished. She hoped the governess won't be disappointed the next time she hands in her homework. She will be more careful. See her next time. And one more thing. She wants Lynn out of her sight today. Lynn replied, yes, lady. The governess asked, can she get up, child? Lynn replied, she is fine. Thanks for looking out for her. She will be heading out now. The maids chatted with each other. Why does Lady Elizabeth hate Lynn so much? The other one replied, she don't understand why she does that. After the lessons continued, so did the conflict between the governess and Lady Elizabeth, and the punishments she doled out became even worse. Just how much more of a beating will she give her next time? She is sad and frightened. There is only one place that gives her some sort of solace, and that is the lake behind the estate. She must hurry. She needs to get there as soon as possible. It's the only place where she can wash away her sadness. The former Duchess is said to have loved this place, and it gives her peace of mind too. No one comes here anymore, so it's upsetting. She wanted to get in Lady Elizabeth's good graces, but it looks like that will never happen. Then Lynn remembered Elizabeth stating, that bitch, she is ruining everything for her. What makes it worse is that she has filthy silver hair just like her. She does not know who the lady was referring to, but she must resemble someone the lady despises. Then she said, she hate it all. Martin asked, what exactly do she hate? What happened to her face? Her cheeks are red and swollen. Did someone hit her? Lynn replied, no, that's not it. Martin asked, was it Elizabeth? Lynn replied, no, it's nothing like that. Martin spoke. He think he can go ask her herself. Lynn spoke. Please don't do that, young master. If he asks the lady, he will put her in trouble. Martin stated, why don't she tell him what happened? He promised to keep it a secret. Nod for yes, shake for no. Was it Elizabeth? Lynn nodded. Martin said, when will she ever learn? Lynn spoke. She is really fine. If he tell her, she will get into deeper trouble. Then she thought, she can't tell him the truth. After all, the lady is Lord Martin's younger sister. Martin spoke. Here, he want her to try this. Lynn replied. Thanks. Martin asked. How can she thank him when she don't know what he is about to give her? Lynn replied. Apologies, young master. Martin stated. He was merely jesting. Just between her and him, he will bring her something nice whenever he can. Lynn thought the kind gesture by the most beautiful boy she had ever met made her heart flutter. Violence was the only form of human contact she had ever experienced, and pain and fear were a part of her daily life. He was the first person to treat her kindly after the death of her mother. Martin asked if she was ill. She didn't have a fever, did she? Lin replied. No, she is fine. Martin said, really, that's good to hear. Lin asked, what is this, young master? Martin replied, this is called chocolate. Try it, it's delicious. Lin thought she had never had something so sweet and delicious before. Martin stated he was glad she enjoyed it. Lin thought he was patting her head again. She didn't know if her heart was pounding, because of the sweet chocolate or because of the young master's beautiful smile. Martin asked, shouldn't she get going? She have been here for quite some time. Lin said she would be leaving now. Lin thought she might get another beating for this, but it was fine. She was able to spend time with the young master. Martin thought what a shame it was that he wouldn't be able to see her for much longer. On the other hand, Lin thought the lady must still be in bed. That was close. It was her duty to ensure that her lady woke up in a good mood. If not, she would throw anything within reach toward her. Elizabeth asked where she was going. She should follow her right away. Did she know how uncomfortable she was without her? Lin thought that was a lie. There were many other servants who served the lady. She saw other maids follow her lady before making her way to the back garden. Lin apologized. She went to the kitchen and told them to prepare refreshments for her. Elizabeth asked if she saw her as a pig like her. Lin replied she knew that the lady liked to enjoy canapés after her nap. After some time, a maid asked, hello there, is she going for her lady's refreshment? Lin replied, yes, could she give our the canapés she asked for earlier? The maid replied, here, take this with her, and this is for Lin. Go on, eat it, it's delicious. She had heard from another maid that her lady hit her again. When will she learn to control her temper? Lin replied. Well, it did not last long today. Thanks, she will see her later. The maid thought that poor thing. She was such a good lass and a hard worker, so why did her lady treat her so badly? At night, Lin thought there was a reason why she was heading out to the forest at this belated hour. 30 minutes ago, the lady said a visitor was coming soon, and they loved wild strawberries. Then she ordered her to go to the forest to pick wild strawberries. They were supposed to move in pairs for tasks like this. She was sure she would be fine. Who knows? She may run into the young master again. However, the young master would be leaving for the academy, and she wouldn't be able to see him as often anymore. Suddenly, Lin thought there was something in the bushes. Could it be? There were wild animals out there. Then she was shocked and shouted, someone save her. On the other hand, Philippe asked, what is the matter? A servant replied, apologies, young master. They heard a scream in the woods, which scared the horse. Lin saw that it was a deer. Oh no, too much time had passed, she should wrap it up. A maid asked. She brought a full basket of wild strawberries. She did well. Why don't she get some rest? Although, how could her lady send her out alone in the middle of the night? Maids came and told her, there she is. Why is she just standing there? The guest has arrived. The lady told all of them to gather around, hurry up, and change their garments. After that, Lord Hargreaves arrived. Philip spoke. It's been a while, dear friend, Martin replied. Indeed. Elizabeth asked, what took him so long? She missed him so much. Let's go to the sitting room. A maid whispered that she could see why her lady fancied him. He was different from young Master Martin, as day and night. Lin thought young Master Martin had a dark aura about him with his raven locks and ash-gray eyes, while Lord Philippe was as bright and refreshing as a spring forest. After that, Philippe spoke, saying he came in high spirits, eager to reunite with his old friend. Elizabeth asked how he could say that. Didn't he miss her at all? Philippe replied that he was looking forward to reuniting with Martin's beautiful younger sister. Elizabeth spoke. Just hearing his words makes her happy, Maids thought. Does the lady ever laugh like that in front of them? Philippe asked, by the way, does she have a new servant, the one with the silver hair? Lin thought everyone in the estate was used to her hair. She forgot that people found her hair unique, Elizabeth stated. How could he be more interested in a servant girl? We have not met in ages. Philippe replied, he would never, of course, she come first. All of them thought that was close. Elizabeth asked, would he like to go on a picnic tomorrow to the forest where he liked the surroundings? Philippe replied, he is fine, he would love to go. Elizabeth stated, she asked the servant to scope the area. Wouldn't she agree, she must show them the way. The next day, a maid asked, she doesn't understand. Why is the lady out to get her? That basket is too heavy for one person to carry. By the way, take care of herself. After some time, Elizabeth spoke. What a beautiful day. She is glad it did not rain today. Lynn thought. This is so heavy, Philippe stated. That looks rather heavy. Let him give her a hand. Suddenly, Lynn's foot got stuck on a stone. She was going down, but Philippe grabbed her and asked, is she all right? Lynn thought, this is not good. She hopes she did not make her lady angry. Next scene, Philippe speaks. He never knew there was such a place in the woods. They have to set up here, Lynn thought. What should she do? She has never been on a horse before. Philippe asks, it is not easy getting off a horse. Here, take his hand. She doesn't seem very experienced with horses. She may get hurt if she gets off on her own. Lynn thought, her lady is upset, as expected. What will happen to her when she returns to the estate? Philippe speaks. Wow, so much food. Girl, why doesn't she join them? Lynn replies. It's all right, she is fine over here. She doesn't feel comfortable with him sitting by himself. Martin asks, yes, why doesn't she come and pour him some tea? She doesn't have to kneel like that. Get comfortable, they are the only ones here. Don't she agree? Elizabeth replies, yes, have a seat. Lynn thought, it's so peaceful here. She knows it's a fleeting moment, so she will enjoy it while she can. Then their conversation starts. After some time, Lynn asks, lady, can she wander around for a bit? Elizabeth replies, go ahead. After that, Lynn thought, young master will soon be leaving for the academy. The Imperial Academy also serves as a military school. They don't accept girls, so only young Master Martin will be attending. Her days at the estate are long and tiring, and she has no one to turn to. But the young master's presence gives her a reason to carry on. Running into him felt like a small reward, a ray of light in her otherwise miserable life. It was the motivation she needed to continue on with her life. She needs to snap out of it. Wild strawberries. Her lady told her that Philippe likes wild strawberries. This should be enough. She hopes this makes her lady happy. Elizabeth came and asked, where is she? Why isn't she answering? Does she know how many times she called her? Is she testing her patience? Lynn replies, her apologies. Elizabeth speaks, apologies. My ass. Just wait until we get back to the estate, Lynn said. Watch out, lady. She is glad the lady did not fall into the water. Elizabeth grabs her hair. Lynn screams in pain. Elizabeth states, this is all because of her. Will it take another beating to knock some sense into her? Philippe asks, what's wrong? They heard a loud noise. What's going on over here? Elizabeth speaks, oh dear, is she all right? Philippe asked, did she fall into the creek? Was she hurt? Lynn replied, she is all right. Elizabeth spoke, she seems to have a headache. Philippe asked, is that so? She can lean on him for support. Elizabeth continued, she seems to have sprained her ankle when she tripped. Martin looked at Lynn's ankle and noticed it was indeed hurt. Martin said he thought they should head back. Elizabeth thought things were not going as she planned, and this was all because of that dumb wench. She said she wanted to spend more time with Philippe, and Lynn ruined it. She would wait until they got back home. Lynn thought Elizabeth was even angrier than before. Lynn spoke, Lord Philippe, it seems Lady Elizabeth is having trouble walking. Could he escort her back to the estate? Philippe replied, of course, she can ride with him. Elizabeth stated, good work. Lynn thought she hoped this was enough to get herself out of trouble. Martin said, get on. She can't possibly walk back in that state. She can ride with her. Lynn replied, but she can't do that. Elizabeth spoke, go ahead. Is she going to keep them waiting? The next moment, both of them were riding on the horse. Lynn thought as the horse galloped, her back would occasionally bump into the young master's chest, and she could feel his breath tickling her ear. Was it the breath against her ear or the heat of his body? It felt as if her heart would explode. Back at the estate, the day was finally over. She was so tired. They had been working later hours than usual since their guest arrived. She was glad the day was finally over. A maid asked. She was waiting for her. "Let's go talk with Annie later," Lynn replied. "She is a little tired today." The maid spoke, but she said she had something interesting to share with them. "Please come with her." Lynn thought she should refuse, but she couldn't. Muriel went out of her way to save her when Lady Elizabeth fell into fits of anger. The next moment, Annie started telling all of them that she had been looking out with a person recently. He asked if they could get married next year, and then he leaned closer, asking for her answer. When she merely nodded, he reached slowly for her chin. Then he kissed her. All of them were like, "Wow, he really kissed her." Lynn thought, "Men and women lock lips together." The other maids asked, "How did it feel? Touch their lips. Don't they feel soft?" Annie replied, "How can they imagine how it feels to have those soft, warm lips against their own?" Lynn thought, when two soft lips press against each other, she wants to know how it feels to be kissed. She is sure it's soft and sweet. She never thought something like that was even possible. They say they start getting fuzzy feelings in their bodies when they kiss, but she can't even fathom how that feels. Even after hearing the details from other people, will it be as soft and sweet as the chocolate young master gave her? The next day, Lynn thought, "This is heavier than it looks. I hope this is enough to please her lady." She managed to escape the wrath of her lady after the picnic. However, she remembered Lady asking, "What is she going to do with this foot? She can't go anywhere since she lied about it." Maybe she will work on a flower arrangement. Go fetch her some flowers. Lynn was glad her lady was not really injured. Suddenly, her foot slipped. Martin held her and asked if she was all right. Lynn was looking at his lips and replied, "Thanks." Martin asked, "That looks heavy. Do she need help?" Lynn replied, "Of course not. She can manage on her own." After that, Lynn thought, "He is gone. This won't do." She could not help staring at young master's lips. She wondered how it would feel to press her lips against his. She knew that her wish would never come true. What was she thinking? Her feelings for the young lord were growing bigger by the day. She used to be content just looking from afar. She is a mere housemaid. She could never dream of dating the young master. She needed to get over her infatuation and fast. On the other hand, Martin asked, "How is her ankle?" Elizabeth replied, "It's gotten so much better." "What brings him here?" Martin spoke. Her maid girl seemed to know her way around the forest. He thought he could take her as his guide. He is referring to the girl with silver hair. Elizabeth replied, "Her name is Lynn." Then thought, "That's strange. Brother never showed interest in any of the staff before. So why does he wish to borrow her personal maid today?" She wondered what he was thinking. Next scene, Martin said, "Try to relax. Is she still scared of horses?" Lynn replied, "She shall." Young master then thought, how could she relax? Lady Elizabeth ordered her to accompany young master into the forest. Come to think of it, she should be guiding the young master, but he seems to already know the way. Lynn mumbled, "Why is he always so nice to her?" Martin asked, "Did she say something?" Lynn replied, "No, it's nothing," and thought, if he keeps this up, she may forget her place and continue to covet him. After some time, Lynn asked, what should she do now? Martin replied, she could watch him hunt, take a look around the forest, or get some rest. He knows Elizabeth does not give her a break. Lynn thought she wished she could ask him why he treats her with such kindness, but she is in no position to ask such questions. On the other hand, Elizabeth was still thinking that her older brother has never shown any interest in staff, nor has he shown any interest in her, his own little sister, so why is he suddenly asking about the little twat? They have plenty of staff, but there is a reason why she searched high and low for a girl like Lynn. That's because she is the spitting image of the most revered woman in their empire, Her Highness Radina, the sole successor to the Emperor of Trona. Father would always compare her to Radina. The princess seems to be absolutely perfect. She is loved by everyone. Elizabeth is getting upset just thinking about it. A maid came and told her Lord Philippe asked if the lady would like to join his party. Elizabeth was so happy. Yes, tell him she will be coming. Back at the hunting ground, Lynn thought, look at the beautiful bird. Why did the young master shoot it down? Martin asked why she was looking at the bird like that, asking if she felt sorry for it. Lynn replied, that's not it, then asked, what shall they do with it? Can she bury it? Martin replied, as she wishes. Lynn thought this is the best she could do for a bird that suffered a meaningless death. That bird reminded her of herself. Goodbye, little bird, she hopes he rests in peace. Martin asked if that made her feel better. Lynn replied, not really, the bird won't ever hear her. Martin stated he had lost interest in hunting. Lynn thought, what should she do? She seems to have hurt the young master's feelings. Martin spoke. She looked like a surprised rabbit. Why doesn't she show him what she does when she comes to the forest? Lynn replied, of course, but he may not find it very interesting. Next scene, the Duke asked, it's been a while, Philippe, has he made himself at home? Elizabeth thought she wondered if father would bring up a potential marriage between their families. Philippe replied, yes, he has settled in nicely thanks to. Elizabeth cut his sentence and stated, of course he has, father, she has seen to it personally. The Duke stated, can't she see that Philippe and her father were talking? Elizabeth replied, her apologies, father. Then thought this was a great opportunity to get into father's good graces. How could he embarrass her like this in front of Philippe? Martin thought father seemed to be holding himself in check today. Then their chat continued. The Duke asked if he went hunting on his own, and how did that go? Martin replied it was not too bad. He was able to move more freely around the forest. Elizabeth thought, liar, he took Lynn with him, he is lying, knowing well that father will become angry if she joins in on the conversation. There is a stark contrast in the way father treats her brother and her. Was it because mother passed away right after giving birth to her? She knows he blames her for mother's death, but it's starting to get out of hand. Father has never held her, not even once. Initially, she would break things to get his attention, but he never gave her the time of day, no matter what item she broke. That's when she started aiming for things that would not break so easily. After some time, Philippe asked, he doesn't see the maid girl. Is she off running errands? Elizabeth asked who he was referring to. Philippe replied he was referring to the silver-haired girl she brought to the picnic. Elizabeth replied, so he must be talking about Lynn. Martin took her on his hunt, so she told her to take the day off. Philippe asked, so that's the guide he was telling him about. What did he catch today? Martin replied he didn't hunt much, then remembered Lynn saying, this is the puri berry, her favorite. It's tart. Her mother taught her when she was alive. Martin said he found more interesting things to do. Elizabeth thought, why is Martin smiling like that? Both father and Martin are getting on her nerves. Next scene. All the maids wondered what was going on. Why was Lynn standing there? Lynn spoke. She is telling the truth. It was not her, Elizabeth stated. Stop lying to her. She was the last person to touch the necklace. Lynn replied she really had nothing to do with it, then thought she put the necklace in the jewel box right after the picnic. Where did it go? Elizabeth asked Muriel if she shared a room with Lynn, to take her to their room. She wished to have a look herself. Muriel replied, but they can't possibly take her there. They need the permission of the head maid. The next moment, she was hit by a jewelry box. Elizabeth asked if she was saying she needed the permission of a mere maid. Shut up and take her there right this minute. In the maid's quarters, the maids thought, isn't that lady? What is she doing here? Someone must have done something wrong. Suddenly, Elizabeth opened the door. Two maids were shocked and said, lady, they are changing dresses. Muriel spoke. Please try to calm down. Elizabeth pushed her away, then grabbed her neck and asked, tell the truth. Where's the room she shares with that Lynn thief? The head maid thought, her lady said the culprit is Lynn, but the Lynn she knows is hardworking and honest. She would never do such a thing. Everyone has nothing but good things to say about her. She takes on difficult tasks without complaint. Another maid spoke. There must be a misunderstanding. Lynn would never do such a thing. The head maid replied. but their opinion would mean nothing, for it's difficult to tell a thief from an honest person, and regarding the fairness of things, household staff have no say against their master. Elizabeth grabbed Lynn's hair. The head maid spoke. "Lady, why don't she let go of her hair?" Elizabeth asked. Did she just order her around? Being head maid for so long must have gotten to her head. The head maid thought, she has been working for His Grace for decades. If her Grace were still alive and lavished Lady Elizabeth with love and attention, she would not have turned out this way. She may not have gotten a kick out of tormenting the staff or become the living nightmare of all the maids here. She may be a source of fear to the servants, but she herself has someone she fears. The head maid asked, "Is she sure the necklace was stolen?" Elizabeth asked, "Is she calling her a liar?" The head maid continued, "Indeed, stealing is a serious crime. She has no choice but to report this to His Grace. She is sure he will punish the culprit as he sees fit." Elizabeth froze, then thought, if that happens, Father will kick Lynn out and despise her even more. She then spoke, "Actually, there is no need. Lock her up in the East Room until she repents for her actions, and there is no need to tell Father about this." Being the gracious master that she is, she would not let Father kick Lynn out. The head maid spoke. "He wants her to follow," Lynn replied, "but she did not steal the necklace. Why won't anybody believe her?" After that, she thought she didn't understand why this was happening. The head maid spoke. "She is sorry, but this is the best she can do," Lynn said. "But she really didn't do it," the head maid stated. "They know that she is innocent. Let them wait and see how things go. She is sure her lady will soon come to her senses." After that, Lynn thought she was upset, but felt a sense of relief knowing that the others viewed her as innocent. Muriel would stop by to sneak items that would help pass the time, and it felt nice to be away from her lady for a few days. After some days, she was free and thought her lady would continue to punish her over the lost necklace, but to her dismay, the necklace was found in her lady's room, and she treated her so nonchalantly. Elizabeth stated she found the necklace stuck inside a crack in her jewel box. If she had placed it properly, this would never have happened. Be grateful that she did not tell Father. He would have kicked her out right away. Lynn thought she is innocent and feels very upset, but her honor means nothing. She is just a lowly housemaid with nowhere else to go. Elizabeth asked, "How does she look?" Lynn replied, "She looks lovely." Then thought, will she ever be able to stand up for herself? She should find something to love and protect. In the next scene, Muriel spoke. "Wow, she looks so cute." She wanted to showcase her hair, since she always covers it up. She is sorry she could not be more of a help. Lynn replied, "She is fine." She is thankful that she believed her until the very end. After some time, Lynn thought this is the first day off since she started working here. The dukedom pays a good salary. They even get free days too. She got some novels and sewing products Muriel asked for. She would also like to get something for young master before he leaves for the academy. She may never get to tell him how she feels about him, but she is sure it's all right to give him a small parting gift. Perhaps he will remember her during the next 6 years at the academy. Suddenly a person spoke. "Is that her?" Lynn replied, "Yes, she is Lynn, but who is he?" Minos replied, "Did she forget him?" "He is Minos." Lynn asked, "When did he grow so tall?" She did not recognize him. Minos said, "Well, he does a lot of physical labor. He got sick of working for a noble family and left. Now, if she is free, they can eat something." After that, the maids chatted. "Look, Lynn is talking with some guy over there. She can't believe her eyes. He is pretty good looking and tall too. Could that be her boyfriend?" Muriel replied, "No way, she seems to know nothing about men and women." On the other hand, Martin thought the delivery boy must have arrived. He is new, but he seems to know Lady Elizabeth's personal maid. He did not know she could smile like that. Then stated he wants to cancel all appointments regarding the academy from today. He would like to go on a hunt. After some time, Martin thought he did not see Lynn for a while, and he heard the staff gossiping about her, so he started searching for her at the places they had met. Was she out on an errand all this time? So much wasted time, to no avail. What is wrong with him? He has never worried about anyone else before, so why now? Then he saw the berries, and thought he knows those berries. After half an hour, Lin thought she lost track of time catching up with Minos. Suddenly, Lin was shocked and asked, "Young master, what is he doing here?" Martin said, "These are puri berries." Lin asked, "Why is he giving them to her?" Martin replied, "She said she likes them." Then he thought, why isn't she smiling at him like she did at the delivery boy? He feels foolish, he has to go. Lin said, "Young master, this is for him. It's a handkerchief embroidered with marigolds. She knows he will be leaving soon for the academy. She hopes he stays healthy while he is there." Martin replied, "Thanks, he only got her puri berries. Wait, he also plucked some wildflowers earlier." Lin thought soon after, young Master Martin left for the academy. She was glad she had the opportunity to give him the handkerchief. To ensure that young Master Martin feels comfortable when he returns home, she secretly cleaned his room every chance she got. Seasons changed and time flew by, and before she knew it, it became the 6th spring without him, and she became 19 years old. A maid came and told her there is no time, they want the entire stock together. Young Master Martin has returned. Lin thought her lady did not mention anything about this. All the staff is waiting for young master. Then Martin arrived. Elizabeth stated, "Welcome home, dear brother." She hopes it was a smooth ride home. He must be tired. She will have the staff run him a bath. Lin, Sasha, prepare the bath for Martin. Lin thought, this won't do. Her lady seems to be in a bad mood. She is going to have to be extra careful today, after that young master has finally come home. She wonders if he remembers her. Suddenly, Martin came in. Both of them were shocked and blushing. Martin stated, "They may leave if the bath is ready." Lin thought, what was that just now? He does not seem to be the young master she remembers. He has forgotten about her. She waited all this time to no avail. After some days to celebrate Martin's return, His Grace decided to throw a huge party at the estate. It will be a 3-day celebration. A maid spoke. "Hosting a party takes so much work." Lin replied, "Yes, she feels the same way." Then she thought, the estate is brimming with people, yet everyone is focused on one person. All the ladies are flocking to young master's side, vying for his attention. Young master definitely stands out from the crowd. Elizabeth thought, how annoying. Why is everyone focused on her brother and not her? Then she stated, will she bring her another from her room? It's getting hot. The next moment, Elizabeth tripped, her foot on Lin's foot. Lin hit a noble lady. The lady shouted, "Does she have any idea how much she paid for this frock?" Elizabeth spoke. She knew this would happen. She told her to be more careful. Noble lady asked what she is going to do about her dress. Lin replied, "She is sorry, lady." Martin asked, "What is the matter? Was she injured?" Lady Bedford, the noble lady asked, "How did he know her name?" Martin stated, "He could never forget someone as lovely as her. Allow him to take care of this matter, as their servant did her wrong." Come to think of it, sister said she recently purchased a beautiful dress. He is sure she would love for her to take a look at it. Wouldn't she agree, Elizabeth? She said there was only one available in the empire. Elizabeth replied, "Of course," then thought she went through so much trouble getting her hands on the dress, then continued, "It's a rare item, she hopes the lady likes it." Martin spoke. He wants 2 of them to clear the table and the rest to fetch tea and refreshments. Lin said, her apologies. Martin replied, "Get some rest. Elizabeth has been on her back all day." Lin thought, young master, she can't believe he remembers her. He called her by name. She is so happy. On the other hand, Elizabeth shouted, "Damnation!" It took her forever to get her hands on that dress. She was planning on wearing it in front of Princess Regina one day. Martin has not changed at all. He is still a prick. Next scene. Lin thought the 3-day party ended in success. Her lady remained silent after the incident with Lady Bedford. She wanted to take advantage of the commotion to sneak another peek at young master. But it seems the party is not quite over yet. Young master was constantly surrounded by his peers. She forgot that he is a busy man. She should be content with looking at him from afar. It's time she went back to work. Philippe came and spoke. It's been a while. She is Elizabeth's personal maid, isn't she? Here she go. Eat this and cheer up, Lynn replied. Thanks. Please let her know if he needs anything, Philippe replied, maybe later. Lynn thought, Muriel is going to love this. She hopes she can stop thinking about young master today. The next day, a maid chatted. What are they doing with young master's furniture? The other one replied. Young master is moving to the guest house. The former duchess spent her last days at the guest house. On the other hand, Lynn thought she was happy to look at young master from afar. Maybe it's best not to see him again. Muriel told her there are rumors about Master Martin and his actions. She heard from another maid who works at the guest house. She said that ever since young master moved to the guest house, ladies and gentlemen gather there at night, causing a ruckus, doing God knows what. There is only one thing men and women could do together at night. Lynn thought, young Master Martin is no longer the boy she remembers. Did something happen while he was at the academy? On the other hand, a noble lady got on the table and stated, where there is booze and music, they have to have dancing. Elena asked, he is the host. Why is he just sitting here? There was nothing cute about him from the start. They are friends. What is he hiding from her? Martin replied. Nothing. Philippe came and spoke. It's no fun without her. Come on. Join in on the fun. Martin thought, this is the best he can do. This is the only way to hide the ugly truth of his family. He doesn't care who it is, but someone please save him. After some time, Elizabeth spoke. This is so stressful. Why is Martin acting like this? With him in the guest house, she hardly gets to meet Philippe anymore. This may be the perfect opportunity to get in father's good graces. Lynn, she should go check how Martin is doing, so she can report back to father. Then at night, Lynn thought, so this is the guest house. She has never been here before. There were so many people. Should she say hello? She doesn't want to be a burden. Suddenly, a person grabbed her hand. Lynn screamed. The person stated, stop resisting and take that cap off. Martin stated, get lost. Lynn thought, why did he come to her rescue? Martin asked, what is she doing here? Lynn replied, her lady wanted to see if he was well. Elena thought, she has not seen her before. Why does she remind her of Her Highness Regina? After some time, Martin asked, so she wanted to see if he was doing well. Lynn replied, yes, but she is sorry. Her lady ordered her to come here, then thought she must have upset him in some way. Martin kissed her, then said, go relay the news to her lady, and let her know exactly how he is doing. She is blushing. He thought she would run off. Lynn thought she had no idea back then, but she knows better now. There will be no turning back if she doesn't leave here right now. She had heard from fellow housemaids about the intimate acts that happened between men and women at night. Martin asked, it won't end with a kiss. Is she sure she want to do this? Lynn thought she had no right to do this with the young master, for he is destined to be the next duke, and she will always remain a housemaid. But she had always admired him from afar, and this may be her only opportunity. Maybe she should follow her heart just this once. If only she could spend a night in the arms of the man she fancies. Lynn stated she would like to stay. The next moment, Martin was nibbling her. Lynn asked, why is he nibbling her there? Then she thought she feels so strange. Her body feels like it's on fire. She must focus on the young master. Martin started kissing her legs. Lynn thought she feels so lightheaded. Martin stated, she have no idea how beautiful she look right now. She is just mind-blowing, and a beautiful piece of art from God. Why is she covering her face? Lynn replied, well, she have never done anything like this before. Martin thought, so it's her first time, then spoke. He guessed that boy meant nothing to her. Lynn thought she did not know young master had such a muscular body. Is he going to use that body to have his way with her? There was a part of her that felt unnerved by what was happening, but she decided to ignore it for now. Their time together felt empty, but she clung to what little warmth she felt, seeking some sort of solace. She prayed for it over and over. The next morning, Muriel asked if she was all right, saying she looked pale and ill. Lynn replied she had an early start that morning. Maybe that explained it. After that, she thought she was glad Muriel did not notice that she was not in their room, and she couldn't stop thinking about last night. but she was sure the memories would fade away. Like a midsummer night's dream, it was just one night, but it was more than enough. The next scene, Elizabeth asked how her dear brother was. Lynn replied he seemed to be doing well. Elizabeth said that was enough, she could leave now. Lynn stated her hand was bleeding, and they must treat the wound. Elizabeth slapped her and said, "Didn't she hear her? She told her to leave, go wash my undergarments." Lynn wondered how her lady took the news. Why did it upset her to hear that her brother was doing well, and cause her to become even angrier than before? But it was fine. The more pain Elizabeth dished out, the easier it was to forget about that night. Then at night, Lynn wondered where he was. Her body felt like it was on fire. A familiar sensation she couldn't quite place. Martin grabbed her and said her body was pliant and ready for him. Then they started kissing. Lynn told him he must not do this. Martin stated she should be honest with herself. He knew she didn't want to forget their night together. Lynn woke up and thought she was glad Muriel was a deep sleeper. After some time, Lynn thought the sky was full of stars. Then again, she remembered those moments and thought she could forget quickly, but she couldn't get that night out of her head. Suddenly Martin came and said he thought he would find her here. How dare she leave without telling him after whimpering all night in his arms? Lynn replied she was sorry, but she is a maid, and she had to go back to her daily chores. Martin thought about the old letter from his mother, which she wrote saying that by the time he read the letter, he would have graduated from the academy. She wondered how to bring this up to him, but there was something about his sister that he must promise not to tell anybody. She had a feeling their father had already caught on. Both of them were her loving children, but his sister was not his father's child. She was sure he was old enough to know what she was trying to say. He must make sure Elizabeth remained in Iriapooth for as long as she lived. Then he thought if their father knew the truth, he would try to get rid of Elizabeth before Martin became the Duke. Once rumors started to spread, tongues would start to wag. Martin stated she should come to the guest house every night until he got tired of her. Lynn thought there was a novel the maids had been passing around. In the story, a maid falls head over heels for her young master. They care for each other, but as expected, the heroine is confined in a dank dungeon. The story ends in tragedy. She didn't know why she conjured that up now. Perhaps she foresaw her future in the novel. These weren't the dresses he used to wear comfortably. He still spoke to her in a kind voice, yet there was a chill in his manner. Then, she asked young master why her. Martin replied that he found her interesting. Lynn thought, does that mean he sees her as a love interest? Martin continued, she interests him, like a new plaything would. Lynn thought, why did she even get her hopes up? He would never see her as a potential love interest. He views her as a plaything, not as a woman he could love. All he wants is her body, a body that will give him the pleasure he craves. Lynn spoke. He had told her to come to the guest house every night. She would eventually get caught, as she shared a room with another maid. Martin stated, is that the only thing bothering her? He just need to solve that issue. Fine. He will take care of it on her behalf. Don't forget, she must come to his room every night. The next day, Lynn thought she was glad the day went by without any trouble. How was she going to sneak into the guest house tonight? The head maid came and told her she had to pack her things. Having received orders to move to the guest house, she would be given a single room. Lynn asked, could she tell her why they wished to move her there? The head maid whispered, young master made the order. She don't know why he would do such a thing. Knowing she serve her lady, is she sure she know nothing about this? Lynn replied, no, she have no idea why this is happening. Then, she thought, things won't be easy if word spreads that he is receiving preferential treatment. However, the rumor spread like wildfire as soon as the headmaid left. All the maids started mumbling about Lynn. They said she wasn't that bad looking when she took her cap off, that she was quiet and hard-working. But that they were wrong. She was scolded all the time by her lady. This might be an easy way out. Lynn thought, will she ever be able to return to the room she shared with Muriel? She wished she could confide in Muriel. She just want to get out of here. The next scene, at the guest house, Lynn had no choice but to come. She knew that the moment she stepped foot inside, young master would have his way with her again. It was strange. just thinking about it for the person who put her in this position. Martin came out and spoke about going to look for her. Lin thought, the human mind is a funny thing. Is there anyone other than young master? However, when he touches her like this, all the nastiness she endured fades away into nothing, and she knows this will be her downfall. His love is a narcotic, a sweet poison that she could never refuse. On the other hand, another maid told her the rumors were spreading like wildfire among the staff. Elizabeth stated, so, she's saying his brother gave orders to move her personal maid to his quarters. Well, then she's going to have something to say about it. Next scene. Lin thought she was so tired. It had been 3 weeks since that fateful night. Her lady had told her to go to the guest house. Little did she dream, she would spend the night in the young master's arms. She wished she had cried out for help instead of going to the guest house again. She didn't know how the young master would react, and it scared her. It may have been a mutual agreement, but things didn't look good for her. If she told the truth, people would think she had an ulterior motive and went out of her way to seduce the young master. The young master gave her the love and attention she craved, so why did she feel so empty? A maid should never covet her young master. On the other hand, the maids started bullying her. One of them said she must be the girl who seduced the young master. She does have silver hair. Did she use that to her advantage? She hates that type of person, thinking she can get anything with that pretty face of hers. Lin thought the other maids went out of their way to make her suffer when they were not serving her lady. Muriel avoided her too. She understood where Muriel was coming from. When the bullying became worse, her mind started drifting elsewhere. She knew it was forbidden, but she started to rely on the young master even more. What would happen to her if her lady were to find out? But one thing was for sure, it wouldn't end with her being fired. She must never, ever get caught. Next scene. Her Highness speaks. There he is. They have been searching all over for him. He is bleeding. He must always be careful. It breaks her heart to see him hurt. Please keep that in mind. Martin wakes up and thinks it was a dream. He has not dreamt of Her Majesty in a long time. It's been a few years since Her Majesty passed away. He must have missed the warm hugs she gave him whenever he visited the palace. She was the only one who treated him kindly after he lost his mother. Is that the reason why he sought Lin out? Then he said he told her she didn't need to knock. Why does she always look like she is about to cry? Lin hugged him, then spoke, Master, please make love to her. She spent all day being treated badly by the others, and she feels so drained, mentally and physically. He got her into this mess. But it does not matter. It's all right as long as she is in his arms. The other maid thought, so the rumors were true. She must inform her lady at once. Next morning, Lin thought she has not had a day off in a while. She spends most of her nights with the young master, and it's been tiring to say the least. With the other maids giving her a hard time, she had no choice but to come outside. Fortunately, she feels relaxed in the presence of Minos. He is out at sea and only returns once or twice a year. Minos asked. She looked paler than usual. Lin replied, really, she had no idea. Minos asked, is someone giving her a hard time? Lin replied, no, that's not it. Minos spoke, now he get it. Is it a guy issue? Be careful. All men are animals, so don't fall in love with any guy that professes his love for her. Lin thought she had noticed that Minos has a knack for figuring things out. Minos spoke, she ate 3 pastries. That's never happened before. Lin replied, she have a huge appetite these days. Minos stated, good for her, the more she eat, the healthier she will become. Let him know if someone does not treat her right, and he will tell them off. Lin replied, she will. Thanks. Then she thought, it's nice to have someone treat her so kindly. She realized that it has been ages since someone worried about her, and it saddened her. After some time, Martin was practicing shooting and remembered he asked who hurt her. He knew he did not bruise her this way. Lin replied, it's nothing. She got hurt during work. That's all. Then Martin thought, was it Elizabeth? No, she seemed to have calmed down after coming of age. If it is not Elizabeth, is it the other maids? He heard they were gossiping about Lin. Why isn't she telling him anything? Does she not trust him? Then he saw both of them and thought, What is she doing? Why is she smiling at that jerk? She never smiles at him like that. Come to think of it, at his welcoming party he heard noble ladies chatting to each other. One of them asked, "How did her date go?" The other one replied, "It was splendid. He prepared a present and her favorite desserts." The other one spoke, "She is jealous. He was the perfect escort." At night, Lynn came and tried to remove her clothes. Martin stated, "Not today." Lynn asked, "But she don't understand why, and what is all this?" Martin said, "Come, take a seat, let's eat together." After that, Lynn thought it felt strange to sit at the table with the young master, rather than in bed. Martin asked, "Why aren't you eating? Is it difficult to cut?" Lynn replied, "No, I'm just full." Martin asked, "Where did you go today? Who did you meet? And what did you do?" Lynn replied, "I met a friend for lunch today." Martin spoke, "So that's why you're not hungry. You should still try some. You won't find food like this at a restaurant there." Then he thought, "Will she let me know, like she did before?" Lynn replied, "My lord, if you don't want me tonight, may I return to my quarters?" Martin stated, "I have changed my mind. Get undressed and go to my bed." After some time, Martin thought, "This was not my intention. She must have been tired. She fell asleep right after. It reminds me of the day we first met." He remembered Elizabeth saying, "I need a personal maid." Martin thought she said it casually, as if she were asking for a doll. She asked for a young maid girl. After that, Martin asked, "You have plenty of help already. Why do you want another maid?" Elizabeth replied, "I need a girl to be punished on my behalf. Governess Luther has been on my back recently, but I can't take a beating from her." Martin thought later that day, "I know Elizabeth is cruel and utterly selfish, so she must be the new maid." She was tiny and frail. After some days, I heard a voice in my secret spot. "Is that a maid under the tree? Is she playing hooky? I see tear streaks beneath her long lashes, and her hair is shining in the sun like spun silver. A mere housemaid with the hair color of a royal." That's when I started to get curious. I wonder if her hair is the same as Her Majesty's. I have never been interested in anyone before. I don't care about other housemaids, but there is something about Lynn that piques my interest. I want to keep her in my arms forever. I want to hold her all day long. I lose my mind whenever I see her crying beneath me. Why do I feel this way? I feel like a child who is coveting a special toy. It's probably possessiveness. I am sure it will melt away like snow one day. The next morning, Lynn thought, "It is a peaceful day for once. Come to think of it, her lady has not been calling for me lately." Suddenly, she bumped into another maid and fell on the floor. Mari said, "Watch where you're going." Well, if it isn't that twat behind the rumors, you must be too tired from all your nighttime activities. Lynn thought, Mari started working under her lady recently, and I am pretty sure she is the one behind all the rumors about me. She is a new addition to the Iriaputh estate. I don't know how, but she managed to get into her lady's good graces, so while I am busier physically, I feel more at ease from her lady. Muriel came and spoke, "I am sure you have things you can't tell me right now. I am sorry I did not stand up for you, but just remember this, I am always on your side." Lynn thought, how could she trust me in a situation like this? Hearing that made me so very happy. I started to get hopeful that the situation would get better somehow. Then she heard the maids chatting. "They want us all together in the back garden. Her lady wants to see all of us," Lynn thought. But of course, the world had other things in store for me. Next scene, the maids were mumbling. "What is going on? Why did her lady gather us here?" Elizabeth stated, "Silence. I know everything, including the ugly rumors that are going around within the estate. I heard there was an insolent housemaid who dared to seduce my brother." Lynn stepped forward. Lynn thought, so the rumors finally reached her lady's ears. Elizabeth spoke, "Your insolence seems to know no bounds. How dare a mere maid try to seduce the successor of Iriaputh? I consider myself a benevolent master, but I cannot let this pass. Since you need your fingers to serve me, I should chop off your toes instead. Now tell me the truth. Admit that you seduced my older brother." The head maid came and spoke, You are our master, my lady. But this topic needs to be handled carefully. If you gather them without consulting the family, the estate may suffer. Elizabeth, for such a perfectionist, you don't seem to be a great manager. The head maid asked, What do you mean, my lady? Lin spoke. Don't try to deny it. I am sure you heard that Lin seduced my brother, since you are the one who gave the order for Lin to move to the guest house. A lowly housemaid, using a single room in the guest house where my brother is staying. I am sure you did not make the decision on your own. Did my brother put you up to this? The head maid replied. This was my own decision, Lin thought. Why is the head maid lying on my behalf? The head maid continued. I moved her to the guest house and placed her in a single room. Lin is the only maid in the entire staff who volunteered to turn the lights off at night. It is a job that makes you lose sleep, for it must be done deep in the night. Lin did not want to wake up the staff in the estate, so I allowed her to stay in a single room at the guest house. I also do the rounds once she is finished, and she has never stepped outside her room. Mari spoke. My lady, the head maid is lying, Elizabeth said. There you are. Why don't you tell them the truth? There is no point in lying to me at this point. Do you have proof? Mari replied. Yes, my lady, I can say with confidence that the rumors are true. For I saw with my very own eyes Lin entering the young master's chamber, Elizabeth stated. So we have a witness. Why are you just standing there? Tie the bitch to that tree. The head maid shouted. Wait a minute, Elizabeth spoke. How dare you defy my orders? You are next. Just you wait. The head maid asked, Mari, what were you doing at the guest house? Mari replied, I was merely trying to help out. Why do you think I tried to seduce the young master? The head maid threw a little packet and then said, My lady, for the past few months, the staff at the guest house have been telling me that some of their jewelry has gone missing, and I found the missing items in Mary's possession. The maids were chatting. Mari was the one spreading the rumors. Was she trying to frame Lin so she could get away with the stealing? Mari spoke. They are trying to frame me, my lady. I did take the trinkets, but I definitely saw Lin enter the young master's chambers. Please, you have to believe me. Elizabeth thought, you stupid twat. This was the perfect opportunity to teach Lin a lesson while keeping my reputation intact. This silly twat ruined everything. You stupid bitch. How dare you lie to me? What are you doing? Take her away. Lin thought, what just happened here? Why is Mari being tied up instead of me? And why did the head maid risk herself to save me? I don't understand, but I don't think I should ask. After the incident, Mari was fired from the estate. The moment she left, the other housemaids rushed over to apologize. Lin thought, I did not expect things to become so peaceful once more. Suddenly, Lin felt something was not right. One of the maids asked, could it be? Is that morning sickness? Next scene, the other maids spoke. They said the rumors were not true. Feeling nauseous does not mean one is pregnant. Lin must have been really stressed. Shall we take you to the hospital? Lin replied, don't worry about it, I am fine. Then she thought, it is difficult to describe how I feel. I am scared, but also strangely excited. On the other hand, the head maid spoke. Upon your orders, I did away with the rumors regarding Lin. Once and for all, Martin replied. I see. Thank you for the hard work. The head maid replied. I merely did as you requested, young master. Then she thought. I knew there was something going on between our young master and Lin. Martin asked. What is it? Is there something else you wish to say? The head maid thought. I have known the young master since the day he was born, but I have never seen him show this much interest in anyone before. She replied. Nothing. Then thought. Our masters have their own private lives, and it is my duty as the head maid to keep their secrets safe. Next scene, Martin asked, so what brings you here? Philippe replied, don't be so cold. We have not seen each other in ages. I heard something interesting. It seems the Iriaputh estate has gained notoriety for its late-night parties. It is the talk of the town. But why did you stop suddenly? Martin replied, I lost interest. That's all. Don't tell me you came all the way here to check up on me. Philippe replied, well, that's one of the reasons why I am here. I will be succeeding my father soon. So once I inherit the title, I will be too busy to come see you. Elena spoke. I am going to start practicing as a physician soon. It is a new field. Actually, Elizabeth asked if I could examine her the next time I visit. On the other hand, Lynn thought, what should I do with this? The young master gave me a gift the other day. I was too flustered to turn him down. The young master's face was so serious, I could not ask him why. After some time, Lynn thought, today's afternoon tea is an important one, and we must act properly. But it is fun to hear two noble ladies chatting away. When two ladies meet privately for tea, they usually discuss the latest fashion, jewelry, and gossip. Lady Belford spoke. Come to think of it, I received a marriage proposal from your family. Lynn replied. I am so glad to hear that. Father had been asking about it. Lynn thought, did she just say marriage proposal? Elizabeth continued. Father believes you will make a fine daughter-in-law. There is nothing for you to worry about. Lynn thought, are they saying that the young master and Lady Belford will be getting married soon? I knew the young master was of marrying age, but I did not expect him to become betrothed so quickly. If the young master gets married, I will no longer have to visit him at night, so I should be ecstatic over the news. But to think that the man who kissed and held me will end up becoming another woman's husband. Muriel asked, you are sweating. Are you okay? Lynn replied, I am fine. I am really fine. Then thought, it hurts much more than I ever expected. Back at the estate, Elena spoke. Maybe he is a late bloomer. Perhaps marriage will knock some sense into him. Elizabeth came and asked, when did the two of them arrive? Philippe replied, we came a while ago, and we are about to head back. After some conversation, Elena thought, that girl. She is the maid I saw outside the guest house that night. A few minutes later, Elena spoke. I was thinking about the maid standing next to Elizabeth. Philippe replied, her name is Lynn. She is rather unusual. She is a housemaid with silver hair. Elena asked, how could a commoner have silver hair like a royal? Then she thought, a commoner with silver hair. Is that why Martin is so fascinated with her? Later that night, Martin started kissing Lynn. Lynn spoke. Young master. Martin asked. What is the matter? Lynn asked. Young master. Why did you give me jewelry? Martin replied. I thought it would look good on you. Why do you ask? Lynn said. I thought it was too much for a mere housemaid like myself. Martin told her. Stop worrying about that and focus on us right now. Lynn asked. What if I become pregnant, my lord? Martin remembered his mother's letter, in which she said, Elizabeth is my loving daughter. Although you have different fathers, I want you to protect her. Lynn said, that hurts, my lord. Martin replied, that's not going to happen. Lynn whispered, but there is definitely a possibility. Martin responded, no, there is not. The dukedom of Iriapooth has no need for a bastard child. I have lost interest. You can leave, and don't ever bring this topic up again. Lynn thought, why am I feeling this way? Is it because he denied our child before it was even conceived? The next morning, Muriel spoke, you look terrible. Shouldn't you get some rest? Lynn replied, I am just tired. I am fine. At that moment, Elizabeth asked, what is with this commotion? Muriel replied, apologies, my lady, Lynn does not look very well. She has been sick the past few days. Elizabeth stated, why does she have to inconvenience me? Take her to a physician. Lynn thought, I must have caught the flu due to the cold mornings here, if only that were true. I wish it had been too. The doctor spoke, congratulations. After running a few exams, I can say with confidence that you are pregnant. Lynn thought, what did he say? After that, Muriel asked, are you all right? You look so serious. What did the doctor say? Lynn replied, nothing. The cold is just making me feel dizzy. Muriel said, is that what it is? I hope you feel better soon. Lynn thought, the physician said I was about 2 months pregnant. The physician had told her, you are in the early stages of pregnancy. Be careful and try to have a balanced diet. Why did you come alone? Where is your husband? Lynn replied, he is at work. The physician said, It doesn't look good for a pregnant woman to come alone. Bring your husband with you next time. After that, Lin thought, it's not that I wanted to go on my own. I wonder when I will start to show. Young master will probably notice right away since he sees my body every night. I have been alone since my mother passed away. This baby will allow me to have a family again. I am sure they will take this baby as soon as I give birth. I am going to do everything I can to protect my baby. That night, Martin asked, what did you just say? Lin spoke, there is something I want. Martin asked, you have never asked for anything before. So what is it that you wish for? Lin replied, I want a small, sparkly trinket. It could be a necklace like before or ring. Martin asked, you are acting strangely. What has gotten into you? It looks like you are acting as if you will be leaving me soon. Lin spoke, I like you, young master. Then she thought, I am sorry, young master. I hope you never forgive me. As time passed, my belly started to grow, and my breasts also became bigger. The bigger I became, the more I kept my clothes on while making love in order to hide the truth. Young master lavished me with little gifts. This should be more than enough. I hope I can get a good deal when I sell them to ensure that my child does not suffer as a bastard. I have to save up enough money for both of us. Until then, please be healthy. It will soon be time for me to leave the estate. In the next scene, Martin asked, why don't you stay longer? It's your day off, isn't it? Lin replied, I need to go into town today. Martin asked, for what? Lin replied, I am going to the physician. I am not feeling very well. Martin said, take my carriage then. I will be waiting for you. Lin replied, thank you, young master. Martin thought, I wonder why Lin smiles at me more often these days, but something just doesn't feel right. After some time, Lin thought, I am going to leave the Iriaputh estate for good. I must leave before someone catches me. Suddenly, she bumped into a lady. Lin spoke, apologies, my lady. Elena said, my bad. Are you all right? I was wondering who it was. Lin replied, apologies, my lady. I did not mean to bump into you like that. Elena said, calm down, it is fine. Don't worry about it. Lin asked, my lady, why do you look so shocked? Elena replied, nothing. Take care. Then she thought, did I get it wrong? It couldn't be, or could it? In the next scene, Lin thought, the pouch is quite heavy. The trinkets were worth more than I expected. I converted everything I owned into cash. Now I just need to convince the coachman to head back without me. What should I do? That is the only way for me to leave the village. Someone grabbed her and asked, what are you doing here? Lin thought, what should I do? Minos asked, what a coincidence. Is it your day off? Lin replied, yes, it is. Then thought, why did I have to run into him? I must have been preoccupied. How have you been? Minos replied, I am fine. Shall we go have tea? I think you should sit somewhere and get some rest. You look really pale right now. Lin thought, I need to leave as soon as possible, but I may never meet him again. After some time, Minos spoke, the tea here is always delicious. I have seen one too many men quit working on the docks, so I have become rather good at figuring those people out. I can tell whether the new worker will last or quit right away, so why does it feel as if you are on the verge of running away? Don't mind me, it's just a gut feeling, that's all. Lin thought, I don't want to lie anymore. It is already too much to deceive young master, and she said, the truth is, I am going to leave the dukedom of Iriaputh. Minos asked, why so suddenly? Wait, are you even allowed to quit like this? So then how can you say that you are leaving? Lin stated, the thing is, I ran away. I have my reasons, but I can't stay there any longer. Minos asked, were you going to leave without telling me? I can't believe it. Then he thought, something must have happened. Judging by the look on her face, since she was little, Lin suffered hardships, but she endured it all in silence. So if she can't explain why she is running away, it must be something serious. Then he asked, so what are your plans going forward? How do you plan to leave the village? Lin spoke, I was going to use a carriage. Minos said, you will be caught right away. Why don't you leave by ship? You know I work at the docks. I will get you a ticket for the first ship that sails tomorrow. But I have one condition. Promise to write me once you have settled down. I would like to know how you are doing, Lin replied. I will do that. After that, Lin thought, I spent my last day in the village with Minos. I was not sure if our paths would ever cross again, and I wanted to pay him back for his kindness in whatever way I could. He helped me during the most difficult moments of my life. Then at night, Minos told her, this is the inn where you will be staying tonight. It is in the middle of nowhere, so no one will think that you are here. I will come back tomorrow morning with the tickets for the ship, Lin replied. Thank you and good night. After that, Lin thought, I can't believe it. I will be leaving here tomorrow for good. This is the first decision I ever made for myself. From the moment I was born, my life was controlled by others, and I had to suppress my true self. But things are different now. I have a reason to live. It pains me to leave the village. I will miss the head maid, Muriel, and the other maids, even Lady Elizabeth, and young Master Martin. Farewell, everyone. I will remember you all fondly in my heart. On the other hand, Martin thought, Lin did not come to my room last night. This has never happened before. The coachman came back without her, saying she had errands to run. Elizabeth shouted, How is that even possible? Don't you dare try to lie to me. Martin asked, What is going on? The maid replied, The thing is, young master, Lin, one of our lady's personal maids, has gone missing. The next morning, Minos spoke. Here is the ticket for the ship that I promised. It's to a port city called Neora. It should be safe for a woman to live on her own. Lin replied, Thank you. I won't forget what you have done for me. Minos said, I am sad to see you go. Promise me you will be happy, and don't forget to write. After that, Lin thought, Thank you, Minos. I may be traveling far, but I won't forget you. Back at the estate, Martin was throwing things away, thinking, What the hell just happened? Lin disappeared. I think she ran off on the day she went to the hospital. I ransacked her room, but her belongings were gone. Why am I acting this way? She was merely a maid, so why do I feel so uneasy? Then he asked, Did you do as you were told? Tommy replied, The thing is, I have searched all the places she may have gone to. She went to a jewelry shop with a pouch full of expensive jewelry. Martin thought, Did he mention expensive jewelry? So all that time, you were plotting your escape. Then he said, Pack your bags. She may have run off to a different village. Go find her, Tommy asked. But sir. Martin told him, I am not asking you. This is an order. Find her and bring her to me. He thought, Did you really think you could leave me? I am going to find you, no matter what. In the next scene, a lady spoke, Have some food. You must be hungry. You are brave to be traveling by yourself like this. Then she saw a little boy who said, I am hungry, Mommy. His mother said, Wait, let me cool it for you. Lin thought, What a cute little child. I will soon be just like that. Mom. I have never referred to myself as a mom before, nor have I ever imagined myself becoming one. Ever since my mom passed away, I was always surrounded by good people, but in the back of my mind, I felt this sense of emptiness. This child will be my family. Little one, Mommy will do her best to protect you. On the other hand, the Duke came back from the imperial palace and asked, How is Martin? Has he finally come to his senses? The butler replied, The thing is, ever since the maid girl ran off, he has been drinking himself into oblivion in the guest house. I have never seen him act this way before. Lady Bedford came. Lady Bedford spoke. Greetings, my lord. Martin replied, I don't recall granting permission for you to enter. Lady Bedford said, Thank you for your warm welcome. I'm sure you know that our engagement ceremony will take place in a few days. I wish to discuss the details with you. Martin stated, We both know that this is a marriage between our two families. Surely, you don't need my opinion on the ceremony. Lady Bedford replied, You are being especially prickly today. Don't tell me you're moping over a missing maid. You are a noble. Why don't you start acting like one? I can't wait to become the Duchess of Iriaputh. I am an ambitious woman. It doesn't matter whether you love me or not. We nobles don't marry for love. I'll see you at the engagement ceremony. On the other hand, Tommy was asking around in different villages if anyone had seen this woman before. he thought. It's been a few days since she went missing. We weren't very close, but she was a kind girl who went out of her way to give me extra food to eat. I know the young master was calling her into the guest house every night. Her lady gives her a hard time during the day, and the young lord at night. I feel sorry for her, and I was under the young master's orders, going around searching for her. Finally, Tommy asked, "Have you seen this girl before?" A boy replied, "Yes, I remember her, she was so nice. She gave me yummy stuff to eat, but she must have been sick because she went to see the doctor." After that, the doctor spoke, "I remember this patient. She came to see us because she was pregnant." Tommy thought, the young master will throw a fit when I tell him the news. I'm sure the young master is the father. What am I supposed to do? On the other hand, Martin spoke, "Lynn, are you back?" "No, this is not her. It's been 5 days since Lynn left the estate. She was always within reach. I can't get over the fact that she lied to me and then left me. However, a part of me wants to punish her for leaving, and another part of me just misses her. The truth is, I know how I feel about Lynn, but I can't bring myself to admit it." In the next scene, Lady Bedford asked, "Would you like to join us for a meal?" Martin replied, "That won't be necessary. This won't take long. I am here to call off our engagement." Lady Bedford said, "I don't understand, my lord." Martin replied, "You can tell the others the fault was mine." The lady asked, "We are to be married soon. What is the reason behind this sudden change of heart?" Martin asked, "Do I need to provide a reason?" The lady spoke, "How very irresponsible of you. Our marriage was arranged by our families." Martin told her, "I never agreed to it in the first place." The lady stated, "No, I have no intention of canceling our marriage. I will pretend we never had this conversation." Martin stated, "Calling off the engagement will be better for you too, my lady." She asked, "What is this?" Martin replied, "From what I could see, you have been lovers with your stable boy for quite some time. You, of all people, would know how unethical it is to lose your virginity before marriage." The lady asked, "Are you trying to blackmail me? I did nothing wrong." Martin said, "That's exactly why I asked you to blame me for breaking off the engagement." Lady Bedford thought, "I must do everything in my power to become the Duchess of Iriapooth. Our families own 2 different mines, and the marriage will allow us to merge them for greater profit. I will have to do this for the sake of my family." Martin stated, "I understand where you are coming from, but I believe we have the power to choose our own destiny, and sometimes you need to face your fears. Will you sacrifice your personal happiness for the benefit of the family?" A few days later, both families were in shock when Lady Bedford had a change of heart the day before the engagement, and ran off with the stable boy. Naturally, the engagement was called off. The Duke stated, "I can't believe this is happening. Are you all right?" Martin replied, "As you can see, I am just fine. I even went for a hunt earlier. Tongues are wagging, so we should let it pass for now. The mine owned by the Bedfords seems to have nearly run dry. It is better for us to focus on families with close connections to Her Highness." The Duke thought, Martin has grown up. I didn't think he would think about something like this, then asked, "I heard you were searching for a missing maid. Do you harbor feelings for the girl?" Martin replied, "I'm not sure about that, father. However, I can't get her out of my head." The Duke stated, "I understand. I know for a fact that Her Highness has feelings for a knight from a small neighboring country. Social status no longer prohibits you from marrying the person you love. If you do find her, let me know. I would like to meet her." Elizabeth, who was also overhearing this conversation, thought, "What are they talking about? They wish to accept a maid as the next Duchess. I brought Lynn here so that I could take my frustrations out on her. If Lynn were to marry Martin and become the mistress of the household, she is going to reveal how I treated her to the world. She will be out for revenge. I can't let that happen. I have to do everything in my power to prevent Lynn from coming back." Then, at night, Elizabeth said, "This is the upfront payment I promised. I can give you more once you succeed." The person asked, "What will you have me do?" Elizabeth replied, "It's quite simple. I want you to find this girl for me. You know her, don't you?" The person replied, Of course I do. She was your personal maid, Elizabeth stated. That will make things easier. She will be far away by now. I want you to find her. Then I want you to end her life. And as proof, bring me her eyeballs and a lock of her hair. In the next scene, the emperor spoke, My beloved daughter, it seems the end is near for me. There is something I have been meaning to tell you. I have kept this secret for a very long time, but it is time I revealed it. On the other hand, Lin thought, the weather is so nice here. I have been at this port for the past several days now. I have been working for others all my life, so I never knew how peaceful it is to be free. She thought, I can't get on the carriage on my own because of my belly. A lady said, Here, take my hand. Can't you see that people are waiting behind you? Now, take my hand. Lin thought, the tone of her voice is cold, but her actions are warm. It takes half a day, and we must cut through the deep forest to get here. I need to settle down in a place where the young master won't be able to find me, somewhere far, far away. My unborn child may be a bastard, but the blood of the Iriaputh family still runs in their body. If the dukedom were to find out about the existence of this child, they would likely take my baby away from me. I can't let that happen. Suddenly, some men came and said, Silence, everyone. Give us everything you have if you wish to live. Lin thought, bandits. In the next scene, the empress asked, I heard that your engagement was called off. I don't know the details, but I hope you are feeling better. Is there someone on your mind? Martin replied, Unfortunately, no. The empress stated, On the other hand, I have something on my mind. Before he passed away, my father told me that I have a half-sister. If royal blood runs through her veins, she would have silver hair like a royal. So, my utmost priority is to find my half-sister. After that, Martin thought, I must find her right away. Elena came and asked, I hear you broke off your engagement over a maid girl. Would it happen to be Lin? Martin asked, How did you know her name? Elena replied, I saw her the last time I went to the Iriaputh estate. I happened to grab her wrist, and I wasn't sure until I took a good look at her posture. I will cut to the chase. Martin, are you the father of Lin's unborn baby? Martin thought, did she just say that Lin is pregnant? Elena spoke, I only found out because I have been studying women's medicine. Having said that, are you the father? Tommy asked. How did you find out, my lady? Martin stated. So you knew about this, explain, and make it fast. I want to know everything you know. On the other hand, the bandit said, So everyone is out of the carriage, stop dawdling and give us everything you have, unless you want us to shoot a hole through your head. Lin thought, I can't believe this is happening to me. Some time ago, a fellow maid told me once about roadside bandits. If you run into them, it is best to give them everything you own and beg for your life. They kill people without thinking twice, so watch out. One of the bandits asked, Why aren't you handing over your bag? Then he snatched the bag from her. The bandit asked, Wow, what is all this? It's full of cash. Boss, we've got a big one here. Lin shouted, No. You have no idea what that money means to me. Please give it back. The bandit stated, Hey, little lady, I'll give you two options. Will you willingly give us the money and leave? Or would you like to lose both your life and the money? One of the ladies spoke, Miss, give him the money. The other one said, Your life is more important. Just give him the money. We are all going to die because of you. Don't make him angry, just give it to him. The bandit said, This is more than what I expected. I will spare you all since I'm in a good mood. After that, one of the ladies said, The bandits are gone. You can get up now. She must be in shock. She is having trouble getting up. Get up. We need to get going before we run into more bandits. Lin thought, My money is all gone. I wanted to use it to raise my baby. I can't do anything without that money. What am I supposed to do now? After some time, Lin thought, What should I do? I can't even get a room at this inn with this money, but my body is getting too heavy for me to find work. The old lady asked, What are you doing? Lin replied, I met you at the carriage earlier. The lady asked, Do you have a place to go, or someone you know around here? Lin replied, No, it is my first time here. I don't know what I am going to do from here on forward. The lady said, Why don't you stay at my place tonight? I am sure there is a reason why you came all the way here, in the middle of nowhere. In the next scene, she said, you must be angry, where will you go? Lin replied, thanks for the dinner. The lady replied, don't worry about it, I was getting tired of eating on my own. Lin thought, the house is huge for her to be living on her own. The lady continued, I know you went through a lot, but you have to eat better and try to get back on your feet. Lin thought, she's right, I am not alone anymore, I have to get my act together for my baby's sake. The lady told her, there is an empty room upstairs that you can use. Feel free to come down whenever you are hungry. By the way, my name is Rihanna. On the other hand, Tommy asked, are you out of your mind, young master? You will be succeeding your father soon. You can't just leave. His Grace will have a fit if he finds out. Martin replied, are you telling me to stay put in the estate after what I heard just now? I will go myself. I must find Lin and my unborn child. In the next scene, the person asked, I have something to ask you. Have you seen the girl in this photo anywhere? The shop owner replied, many people pass through here. You won't be able to find her so easily. The person thought, I can't believe it is taking so long to find the little twat. I can't wait to get my hands on her. I won't make it an easy death. The next morning, Lin thought, it is already morning. I slept well, thanks to Miss Rihanna. It's such a peaceful town. I would love to settle down in a place like this with you, little one. It's definitely chilly in the morning. Wow, there is so much food to eat. Rihanna said, don't feel burdened. I normally eat like this for breakfast. Then she thought, should I ask Miss Rihanna for help? No, I shouldn't overstay my welcome. Rihanna asked, what is it? Is there something you want to say to me? Lin asked, how did you know? Rihanna replied, it would be strange if I didn't notice since you made it so obvious. I am not a patient person. If you have something to say, do it now. Lin replied, I know it is shameless to ask, but could I stay another night at your place? As you saw, the bandits took all my money. I will find a job quickly and pay you back. I am a good cook, and I know how to clean. I am sure I could find a job in no time. Please believe me, Rihanna thought. I can tell from the roughness of her hands that she has had a hard life. Then she said, feel free to stay here as long as you want. But once you find a job, I am going to start charging you for room and board. Good luck in finding a job, Lin replied. Thank you, Miss Rihanna. In the next scene, a woman said, don't run, or you will get hurt. A little girl replied, you are too slow, Mummy. Suddenly, she bumped into someone. Martin asked, are you all right? You should listen to your mother. The lady said, I am so sorry. Now, baby, let's go. You need to start listening to me. The little girl thought, he reminds me of Prince Charming. After that, Tommy said, it is a fail. No one has seen her here. Martin replied, let's move on to the next village. Then he thought, it has been a week since we left the estate looking for Lin. I thought father would have a fit when I told him of my plans. But he said, so you wish to go look for the girl? It wouldn't hurt for you to go see the real world. Go out and experience the world and the people out there. Then Martin thought, but he granted permission right away. Contrary to my belief that I would find Lin right away, finding her was not as easy as I thought. I was shocked at how different life was outside the estate. I began to see just how much I had taken things for granted, and that life was not all wine and roses. Suddenly, Martin saw some men saying, shut up and give us the money. If you don't, I have no choice but to sell off your granddaughters. One of the men asked, who did that? Was it you? Martin said, oh my! How can you call yourself a man when you are trying to rip off an old lady? You should be ashamed of yourself. The person said, what is this? You wish to be a hero? Just be on your way, kid, or do you wish to fight us? 3-on-1. All right. Come on. A few minutes later, Martin said, piece of cake. Tommy thought, I forgot that Master ranked top at his academy for martial arts. The old lady said, young man, hold on, you saved me. I must repay you. Stop by my home for a meal at least. Martin replied, Thanks, but we need to find a room for tonight. The lady said, Tonight, you can stay at my place. I've got kids, so it will be crowded, but there is space for you too. That night, Martin thought, the moon is quite bright today. A lot happened today. The pleasant lady shared her food just because we helped her out. The kids adore each other even though they live in a poor environment. They are crammed in a tiny room, sharing their warmth. Ever since I was a child, I used a grand suite all on my own. It was like my heart, the empty space that could never be filled. I have been taking everything in my life for granted. I feel ashamed. Lin, you lived in a completely different world. The next morning, Rihanna said, Lin, come on down. Let's go. Lin replied. Yes, I'm coming. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Rihanna said. Bundle up, it's cold out. Lin thought, it's been a month since I stayed with Miss Rihanna. In this small town, there were not many job opportunities available, so I am learning herb gathering and sewing. Rihanna said, this one is called fennel. It helps with digestion and relieves symptoms like bloating and belches. Lin thought, there is one thing that troubles me. Miss Rihanna might find it strange that I always cover my hair, but for some reason, she has never once asked me about it. And she has definitely noticed that I am pregnant, but she doesn't ask about that either. I think she considers my feelings and keeps her curiosity to herself. I feel very fortunate that I met her. However, the peaceful days did not last too long. Lin asked, Miss Rihanna, are you all right? Then at night, she thought, what can I do? Miss Rihanna has been suffering for a while. The doctor said it is a chronic illness. We will have to wait and see if she ever recovers. Only God can help her now. Every time my life finds joy and peace, pain and agony come along. On the other hand, the person said, we can feed your horses nutrient porridge. So what would you like? Martin replied, anything that's your best. After that, he said, quite pricey for a small town stable. Tommy asked, now you are aware of the market prices for stables. At first, you didn't even know how much an apple was supposed to cost. Martin replied, well, I've never bought anything myself before. Martin said, I am grateful for all the new experiences during our travels. Then he said, what is he doing here? Martin asked, do you know the guy? Tommy replied, well, yes, he is one of the hunters working for the Iriaputh family. It is the busy hunting season, so how come he is all the way out here? In the next scene, the person said, you seem to be an excellent chef. The chef asked, I have not seen you around. Are you traveling? The person replied, I travel the empire because of work. Since you asked, let me ask you a question in return. Have you seen this girl? She has silver hair under a cap. The chef replied, I know her. I am not sure if she has silver hair, but she lives in Pioreu. She sometimes stops by with Miss Rihanna to sell fresh herbs. Martin thought, he just inquired about a silver-haired girl. It must be Lin. Why is he searching for Lin? I'm sure he knows that we are looking for her. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about this. On the other hand, Lin thought, this should be enough. It will soon be winter, and I have gathered enough firewood for 2 people. I also have to collect herbs on Miss Rihanna's behalf. Fortunately, Miss Rihanna is getting better by the day. I hope she makes a full recovery soon. I want things to be peaceful again. After some time, Lin said, I am back, and I made us some dinner. Rihanna asked, are you saying you made this all by yourself? Lin replied, I am not as good of a cook as you are, but I did my best. I hope the food is to your liking. Rihanna said, I am sorry for putting you through all the trouble. It is not an easy feat for a pregnant woman like yourself. Lin asked, how did you find out? Rihanna said, how could I not? Your belly is getting bigger by the day. It's visibly bigger than the day we first met. I am assuming you will be giving birth next spring. Lin said, I am sorry. I should have told you straight away. Rihanna stated, being pregnant is not something to apologize for. Make sure to have proper meals and relax. Would you allow me to touch your stomach? Lin replied, of course. Rihanna said, I know you have been through a lot. I am glad we can keep each other company. It feels as if I am about to have a grandchild of my own. The next day, the shop lady said, I have not seen you in so long. I thought you had gone off and died somewhere. Rihanna replied, I was busy taking care of my family. This is my niece who came to visit me. Another person came and asked, long time no see, do you have a minute? There is something I need to discuss with you. After that, the shop lady asked, be honest. Who are you? I know you are not Rihanna's real niece. Lin replied, I have no idea what you are talking about. The shop lady told her, Rihanna did not tell you her backstory. The truth is, Rihanna once had the most beautiful daughter. They had the best relationship a mother and daughter could ever have. But one day, they were going through a street when suddenly, a huge chunk of roof fell on her. She died on the spot. Back in the day, people thought about Rihanna and couldn't believe she had lost her daughter too. I heard that her husband died in a freak accident. How can someone be so unlucky? I don't want her bad luck rubbing off on me. She's destined to be alone. I suppose. Ever since, people started distancing themselves from Rihanna. Lin said, that makes no sense. The shop lady replied, I know what you're trying to say, but the life of a widow is not easy. I'm sure that's why Rihanna decided to take you under her wing. I haven't seen her look so happy in a long time, so treat her well. After that, Rihanna said, we made a rare visit to the village, so shall we head back home? Lin stated, I promise to learn how to sew and gather herbs from you, so that I can spend the rest of my life making you happy. Rihanna replied, your words are more than enough. I'll cook up a feast for us. Let's get going. The person thought, there she is, I finally found her. The next day, Rihanna said, I need to finish this by tomorrow, but I've run out of yarn. Lin asked, really, should I go get some in the village for you? Rihanna asked, are you sure? Your belly is getting heavier by the day. Lin replied, it's fine, I'll be right back. Rihanna thought, I'm glad that Lin looks happier than before. Suddenly, her cup shattered. She thought, that was my favorite mug. Is this some sort of premonition? It couldn't be. On the other hand, Lin thought, this should be enough if she uses all of this. Lin remembered Miss Rihanna saying, I will sew a baby blanket for you. Lin thought, I can't forget the look on Miss Rihanna's face that day. I can't wait to get back home. Perhaps I'll take the shortcut today. Suddenly, the person grabbed her and said, I finally found you. Lin thought, he was looking for me, then asked, who are you? The person replied, you don't remember me. Well, this will take a load off my shoulders, but I'll tell you who I am since you'll be dying tonight. I came to dispose of you on behalf of the Iriaputh family. Lin thought, did the young master find out that I'm carrying his bastard child and send someone to dispose of me? I didn't think he was so cold-hearted. I'm so disappointed in you, master. The person said, are you crying? I know everyone is scared of death. Don't worry, I'll make it short and painless. Suddenly, someone grabbed that person, and he shouted, what are you doing? Let go of me this minute. The other one spoke, young lady, escape while you can. Lin thought, I've heard that voice before. The person said, why are you just standing there? Run. Lin ran away. Then the person asked, how dare you get in my way? Do you know who I am? Martin replied, of course, I know who you are. The person asked, is that you, young master? Martin stated, do explain why you were searching for Lin. After that, Rihanna asked, did you run all the way home? Look at the sweat on your face. What happened? You can tell me. Lin replied, the truth is, there is something I need to tell you. On the other hand, Martin asked, are you telling me that Elizabeth asked you to get rid of Lin? The person replied, yes, that's right, young master. Tommy said, I can't believe her ladyship would do such a thing. Why did she want to get rid of Lin? Martin replied, I'm sure she heard about Lin's pregnancy. You know that Elizabeth was out to get Lin from the start. If Lin were to return to the estate, bearing my child, Elizabeth would view Lin as a threat. Elizabeth is a proud girl, she wouldn't be able to handle it. The person asked, what is this? Martin replied, you're fired. That means you no longer have to follow Elizabeth's orders. In return, I'll give you enough money to last the rest of your life. What is this? Not enough. The person replied, "Of course not, this is more than enough." Tommy asked, "Are we going back for Lynn, young master?" Martin replied, "No. Let's head back home." Tommy asked, "But we traveled all the way here looking for her. You went through so much trying to find her. What's gotten into you?" Martin replied, "The thing is, I saw Lynn's face light up with joy. I've never seen her smile so brightly during the time I've known her." He then thought, "She looks as if she can barely make ends meet, so why does she look so happy?" That's when I realized that I was the source of Lynn's unhappiness, and if I were to take Lynn back home, it would be like confining her within my little birdcage again. I want Lynn to be happy." Tommy shouted, "That's what you think, but we should listen to what Lynn has to say. You should hear her out before coming to a conclusion. We searched high and low for her. We can't just leave like this. My apologies, young master, I did not mean to preach." Martin replied, "I understand where you're coming from. Thank you for your honest opinion. Let's head over to Lynn's home." Tommy thought, "He praised me for the very first time. Young master has changed." After some time, Martin thought, "Just thinking about seeing her again makes me nervous. I have no idea what I'm going to say to her. Would it sound cliché if I told her that I missed her? I just hope I get another chance to see that smile with my very own eyes." Suddenly, a boy came and said, "Are you looking for the owner of the home? There's no need. I saw them leave last night. They had packed their belongings as if they would never return again." Next scene. Nobles are shouting at each other, "How dare you show such insolence in the presence of Her Majesty?" The other one replied, "I did not say anything wrong. You're saying there's another member of the royal family. What if they emerge as a threat to the throne?" The Empress spoke, "Are you worried that I won't be able to maintain the throne? Don't worry, I have taken everything into account. All I want is to find my long-lost sibling. Place posters throughout the nation. I will do whatever it takes to find my long-lost younger sister." Then in the estate, the maids were whispering, "The young master is back. He's been away for nearly a month. Was he wearing that shabby outfit while he was traveling? He seems more mature, and for some strange reason, he's attractive either way." Muriel thought, "He didn't bring Lynn back with him. Didn't he go searching for her? Why did he come back on his own?" After that, the Duke asked, "How was your experience?" Martin replied, "It was a valuable experience, but I still have much to learn." The Duke spoke, "I'm glad you were able to experience the world, but why did you come back alone?" "What happened to the girl?" Martin replied, "About that, I actually have something that I wish to discuss with you." On the other hand, Lynn remembered, "The truth is, I became pregnant with a noble's baby and ran away, and I just ran into someone who was sent to look for me, to tell me that he was under orders to kill me. I don't think I can stay here anymore. I don't want to see you suffer on my behalf, so I'm going to have to leave now." Rihanna stated, "I will go with you." Now, back in the present time, Rihanna asked, "Is there something you wish to ask me? You've been glancing my way all throughout the meal." Lynn replied, "No. I was wondering if you are tired," then thought, "I wonder why Miss Rihanna decided to join me. I'm sure she had fond memories of her family and her home." After that, as we traveled, we relied on each other for support, and one day I started wondering where she wanted to settle down. Miss Rihanna told me she would like to live in a seaside village where the ocean is as blue as my eyes. With that answer, she gave me a smile, and I found myself smiling back. However, our happiness was short-lived. I should have taken better care of her. Back in the estate, the Duke asked, "So you met a bandit?" Martin replied, "Yes, they tried to steal money from an elderly woman. After I saved her, she wanted me to come to her home. We had dinner, and I slept with her grandchildren. That was fun." Elizabeth asked, "Didn't you say you were looking for something, dear brother? Why did you return empty-handed?" Martin asked, "Are you referring to Lynn?" Elizabeth stated, "That's right. I've already forgotten her name. The poor girl, she ran off carrying your child. The child would be nothing but a bastard. Perhaps they would be better off dead." Martin stated, "How dare you try to insult me?" The Duke spoke, "Calm down, we haven't had dinner as a family in a while." "Sit down," Elizabeth thought. I finally managed to have the last word against my brother. The Duke said, "Would you like to read this, Elizabeth?" Then Elizabeth started reading. This is a document from the Tarazan Empire. There is a powerful family there with rights to the gold mines, and their son has just reached marrying age. Elizabeth asked, "Father, surely it's not what I'm thinking. Are you trying to marry me off to a noble from a foreign country? I am your only daughter." The Duke stated, "Yes, but it seems that my only daughter schemed to murder the unborn child of her very own brother. If you had not been my daughter, you would have been severely punished for your actions. Consider yourself lucky that I am sending you abroad." Martin thought, "Elizabeth, you can try all you want, but I will always be one step ahead." On the other hand, Rihanna asked, "Are you back?" Lynn replied, "I am sorry. Did I wake you? I got some medicinal herbs that may help. Give me a minute, and I will prepare it with our meal." Rihanna spoke, "I want you to come closer. Aren't you curious? Don't you want to know why I left with you? I know it may look strange that I was so willing to leave my home so easily. It is where I married my husband and had my daughter. When my husband died, I raised my daughter here, so when I was left on my own, the memories continued to haunt me. While a part of me wanted to leave, I just didn't have the heart to do it. I thought I would lose the memories of my daughter and husband forever. But that was not the case. We have to cherish the memories but move on with our lives. That's why I left. I really wanted to see the ocean with you. I wanted to see your child grow and see them take their first step. You deserve to be loved. Don't you ever forget it." Lynn spoke, "Don't you ever forget it. Don't ever give up." Rihanna stated, "I see my daughter and husband waiting for me. They must have come for me." Lynn started crying, "You can't just leave me, miss." After that, she buried her. As time went on, Lynn's condition worsened. She was eating garbage food to survive. People thought, "Is she dead? She looks pregnant. Will the baby be all right? Poor thing. Should we help her out? We barely scrape by ourselves. She will survive if she's destined to live." Lynn thought, "I am starving, and I feel so dizzy. I want to eat something, anything. At this rate, I am very sad something will happen to my baby." Suddenly, she heard a voice, "Everyone gather around. We have free food for the homeless. Come and get it." Lynn asked, "Could I get a loaf of bread?" The knights spoke, "Before we give you the food, there is something you have to do. We need you to take off your cap so we can check the color of your hair." Lynn thought, "They want to see my hair. That will capture everyone's attention. But at this point, I need the food to survive." The knights were shocked and said, "The lady just took off her hat. We would like for you to follow us." Next scene, Lynn thought, "Wow, I have never been in such an elaborate building before. I never thought I would step foot inside the royal palace." The knights asked, "Is there anything you need, my lady?" Lynn replied, "No, I am fine." Then she thought, "Everyone has been nothing but kind, and I have no idea why." The empress spoke, "So you finally found her." Lynn thought, "This must be the venerable daughter of our empire. She has silver hair like mine." The empress spoke, "We really do resemble each other." Lynn remembered, and her mother asked, "What is it? Why are you crying?" Lynn replied, "The village kids are making fun of my hair and hitting me, because I don't have a daddy." "Mummy, why don't I have a daddy?" Her mother replied, "I am sorry. It is all my fault. Mommy is really sorry." Lynn thought, "When I was a child, I once asked my mother where my father was, but she never told me anything about him. I resented Mommy for it. But I stopped asking her about him. I got used to not having a father figure in my life. And my mother lavished me with so much love that I soon stopped thinking about my missing father, that is, until she suddenly passed away." Now back in the present time, the empress stated, "Your silver hair is proof that you are a member of the royal family. We really do look alike." Lynn replied, "I would never dare think that I resemble you, your majesty." The empress asked, "Am I the only one that thinks so? What are your thoughts, Lord? Don't we look alike?" The Lord replied, "Anyone could see that the two of you are related." The empress told her, "See, I know I am not the only one who thought this way, so don't be afraid. I am sure your mother did not tell you anything about your father. Your name is Evelyn, and you are my younger sister, although our mothers are different. The late emperor is our father, Lin thought. I don't understand what she is telling me. I feel so dizzy right now. I am the daughter of the emperor. After some time, the empress asked, "What did the physicians say?" The lord replied, "They said she was weak from malnutrition." The empress spoke, "She is exactly what my father told me. There is a beauty mark on her left ankle just like he said. But above all else, I did not notice because of the cape before, but I had no idea she was pregnant. Do you know who she lived with before you brought her here?" The lord replied, "No, they said she was alone. She seems to have lived on the streets for quite some time." The empress stated, "Come to think of it, Evelyn's mother was once a royal maid. She became pregnant with father's child and gave birth in the royal palace, but fearing that my mother would hurt her child, she ran off with the baby in the middle of the night. Father wanted to take her in as a concubine, but she left before he could reveal his intentions. If I had found Evelyn earlier, she would not have suffered like this." Then she thought, "I must find the father of her child. If Evelyn was forced into having a child, as her older sister, I will have to take matters into my own hands." On the other hand, the maids were chatting. Ever since he returned from his trip, the young master has become a totally different person. The other one said, "I agree. He seems ready to become the next duke, and the estate feels different after Lady Elizabeth left for Tarazan." After that, the duke received a letter from the royal palace. After reading it, the duke spoke, "I think you should have a look at this. It has been ages since the palace held a royal ball, and Her Majesty requests our presence, as she will be making a special announcement." Next scene, Evelyn woke up and said, "I am thirsty." The maid spoke, "My lady, here is the water for you." Evelyn replied, "Thank you, but who are you?" The maid said, "I am your personal maid. I also brought some food in case you were hungry." Evelyn asked, "Before I eat, I would like to take a warm bath, is that okay?" The maid replied, "Of course, my lady." After that, the maid asked, "How is the temperature?" Evelyn replied, "It is perfect, thank you." Then she thought, "My lady, I was always the one calling others that. It feels weird having someone call me lady." The maid told her, "I did not keep it too warm since you were pregnant, and we will keep the bath under 30 minutes. Evelyn thought, "I was poor, homeless, starving on the streets. Is this truly reality? It is hard to believe." After that, the maid said, "Wow, you are so beautiful, my lady." Evelyn said, "It is nice, but too fancy, and my belly is showing." The maid told her, "No worries, you are in the palace. No one would dare act against you. You are the empress's little sister." Evelyn said, "I see, that is a relief." Evelyn thought, "It has been a week since my arrival at the palace. I have been indulging in delicacies that I have never known, and taking strolls in the garden filled with the most beautiful flowers." She said, "Wow, these are so pretty." The maid told her, "The palace greenhouse can grow flowers year-round. Foreign guests admire this technology too." Another maid came and said, "My lady, it is your tea time with the empress." Evelyn thought, "I am simply grateful for being here. I am definitely thankful, but also anxious." Then she replied, "I will be right there." Next scene, the empress asked, "So, it has been a week already. How is life in the palace?" Evelyn replied, "It is wonderful. I am being well fed and getting good rest, thanks to you." The empress commented, "Good to hear that. I heard that you were out on the streets for a while. I am sorry I could not find you sooner." Evelyn replied, "It is fine. Everything is good now." The empress continued, "I am happy that I was able to find you because of your hair color." Evelyn said, "You are brilliant. I would not have thought of it myself." The empress asked, "What keeps you so nervous? Is it because of how different your life is now? Come on. I am your family. You can tell me anything." Evelyn thought, "Family? But could a bastard child really be part of the family?" Evelyn asked, "How come you don't hate me?" The empress said, "Hate you? What are you talking about?" Evelyn continued, "Well, I am a bastard child. I was the result of an inappropriate relationship, so I figured you would hate me." The empress stated, I guess you can think of it that way, but I don't. Maybe things would have been different if my mother was still alive, but she got ill and passed away when I was young. I have been missing her warmth, and finding you was my blessing. I was without a family for too long, but now I have you. I am truly thankful that you are with me now, Evelyn thought. With the Empress's words, my fear and guilt have melted away. The Empress told her, I have something to tell you. There will soon be a royal ball, and I want to make it your official debut. However, I will need to come up with a story. The late emperor was known for his affection toward the Empress, and having a child out of wedlock is frowned upon, regardless of social status. For me to officially announce you as my sister, it may cause a stir and affect royal authority, so I cannot make it public that you are my sister, but I will make sure to treat you as one. Can you understand that? Evelyn thought, it cannot be official. Evelyn continued thinking, I am a bit taken aback, but it does not really matter. Then she replied, I am fine. I am happy with what it is now. I have food, shelter, and family. The Empress said, thanks for understanding. Regardless, you will soon receive your title and land, Evelyn replied. What, but I am content. The Empress spoke, I insist. I will help you. You never know what will happen, so take what is rightfully yours, Evelyn thought. I never imagined this would happen to me. It all feels like a dream. How will my life unfold from here on? The Empress asked, what have you found? Farrell replied, Your Majesty, it looks like Evelyn went through quite a difficult time. She started off as a maid under the name Vesti. When we asked her where she sold her lady off to, she asked for a ridiculous price. We refused, as her credentials were in question. We asked the villagers of Pioru, and they confirmed that her lady showed signs of pregnancy shortly after arriving in town. Your Majesty, what do you plan to do with the father? The Empress said, I have not thought of it yet. It looks like she ran away from the baby's father. Evelyn will never share the details with me. Then she thought, it is not that I was unaware of the potential problems. Finding Evelyn means more royalty in line for the throne. Fortunately, Evelyn does not seem interested in any updates. It is hard to take in her innocence as it is, but at least to me, she seems naive, so I let my guard down. She said, make sure there are no issues with Evelyn receiving her title. Anyway, I am curious to find out about the man who hurt my sister. Once we find him, we will deal with him in the way Evelyn wishes. On the other hand, Martin thought, that warm scent, it has been a while. I missed this, Evelyn asked, Your master, are you awake? Martin said, Is it really you? I have so much I want to tell you. I wanted to apologize. Evelyn stated, So what, it is too late now, you ruined me. Martin woke up and thought, I continue to have nightmares ever since I got back. I was happy to see her well, wherever she was, but I guess I have not been honest with myself. As days go by, I miss her more and more. I have not changed a bit. I am a selfish bastard, just like I have always been. A few days later, on the day of the royal ball, the maid said, Oh my God, my lady, you are absolutely gorgeous. Evelyn replied, This is way too extravagant. The maid told her, Nonsense, it is perfect for the occasion. It is time. Let's head out, my lady. After that, Elena asked, How was your trip? Philippe said, I heard you went to look for somebody. Did you end up finding that person? Suddenly, the Empress came and thanked everyone for coming. After her speech, she said, Another reason we are hosting this ball is because there is a person I would like to introduce to you all. Please give a warm welcome to my distant relative, Countess Evelyn Bedenoir. Martin thought, How on earth are you here? Philippe asked, What happened? Did you know? Martin thought, I let you go because I wanted you to be happy and free. So what am I supposed to do if you show up again? I have no choice but to pursue you once more. Evelyn thought, My ankles are throbbing. Is it because my belly has gotten heavier? The Empress said, Nora, why don't you take Evelyn to the powder room? She looks a bit tired. Evelyn tried to speak, but the Empress told her, Don't worry, you will be able to meet everyone soon enough. Your health is more important to me. Now get some rest. After that, Evelyn thought, Have I gotten used to being pampered? I used to work long hours as a maid and felt perfectly fine. I guess it is because I have you, little one. Wow, did I just feel the baby move? The next moment, Martin came. Evelyn asked, Young master, how did you know I was here? Martin hugged her and said, "I really miss you. What happened? I thought you were living a carefree life." Evelyn remembered all the past incidents, then pushed him away. Evelyn stated, "How dare you say you missed me? Liar, you denied the existence of my baby and me, and here you are, telling me that you missed me." Martin thought, "Her eyes are as cold as ice. I have never seen Evelyn look so defiant. She always smiled shyly at me. No matter what, this is not the Evelyn I remember." Martin spoke, "I guess what goes around comes around." Evelyn replied, "I don't understand." Suddenly, the Empress came and asked, "How are you feeling, and what brings you here? Judging from what I see right now, there seems to be something going on between you two. Do explain. I am all ears." In the next scene, the Empress spoke, "So that is what happened," Martin replied. "This is the first time I have come face to face with Evelyn since she ran away from the estate." The maid thought, "I can't believe what her lady went through." The Empress spoke, "I am going to get right to the point. Are you the father of Evelyn's baby?" Martin replied, "Yes, Your Majesty." In the next moment, Evelyn slapped him, then said, "Why did you do it? What were you thinking? Your obsession changed my life forever. Did you ever think of taking responsibility for your actions?" Martin replied, "When I heard she was pregnant, I wanted to find her so I could propose, but I was unable to meet her until today." The Empress asked, "Did Evelyn accept your proposal?" Martin replied, "No, I was merely thinking about it." The Empress stated, "Listen carefully. Consider yourself lucky that we have known each other for quite some time. The tables have turned. You no longer get a choice in your relationship with Evelyn. From now on, you are at her mercy. Whether she decides to punish you, stay with you, or raise her child on her own, it is for her to decide. She has never had the opportunity to make her own choice. This time, I want her to decide what she wants." On the other hand, noble ladies chatted. That Countess Evelyn, wasn't she beautiful? She had gleaming silver locks and a kind demeanor. I could tell she was raised lovingly by a noble family. One of them said, "I heard that she is with child. She looks to be about 8 months pregnant. Isn't it strange that she came to the banquet alone, unaccompanied by her husband? It was a royal ball, but if she is bearing a bastard child." Evelyn's debut into high society was successful, yet controversial. Without a husband, she was deemed taboo. Regardless of her background, high society came to the conclusion that she was a wanton woman. "Look at her," they whispered. "She is carrying a bastard child, shameless hussy. She must be an easy lay. Will the royal family be able to recover from the shame?" In the next scene, Evelyn asked, "I have never seen you with a drink in your hand before." The Empress replied, "I have a glass now and then when I want to unwind. By the way, have you heard the rumors?" Evelyn spoke, "Yes, people think I am pregnant with a bastard child." The Empress told her, "My decision remains unchanged. It is up to you whether you wish to marry Lord Iriaputh, punish him, or raise the child on your own. You can do whatever you want." Evelyn said, "But if I were to raise the baby alone, it would put you in a difficult spot." The Empress emphasized, "Even if that were to happen, it is not your fault, so don't blame yourself. I am going to protect you, no matter what." Evelyn thought, "This won't do. I can't let my pregnancy hurt Her Majesty's reputation." She said she was fine, "But I still feel terrible." After that, Martin came and spoke, "I am here. How are you feeling?" Evelyn stated, "Don't come any closer. You can leave when I am done talking." Martin asked, "What do you wish to talk about?" Evelyn said, "I want you to marry me. I will give you the opportunity to redeem yourself, but bear in mind, it will be a loveless marriage." Evelyn continued, "I am sure you have heard the rumors about me. I am tarnishing the reputation of the royal family, and things will become worse if the world finds out that you are the father of my child. So, there is no point in referring to you as young master. My lord shall do from now on. So, what do you say?" Martin thought, "You are still as kind as ever. Even now, you are still looking out for someone else. I don't care if it is a loveless marriage, as long as I can stay by your side." Evelyn spoke, "I am glad we have an understanding. You can leave now." After that, news of the marriage spread like wildfire through high society. The story that was published stated that Martin fell in love with Evelyn when she was still ill. However, as the royal family had yet to announce her presence to the world, and they did not want their relationship out in the open, They opted to marry in secret. Now that things were public, they would be having a lavish ceremony. People were easy to persuade. We managed to fool them with a little white lie. The news spread within the Iriaputh estate as well, Muriel thought. I am so glad. Evelyn, I am glad you are alive and well. The Duke asked, are you saying that Countess Vedanoa is none other than the housemaid you were looking for? Martin replied, yes. The Duke asked, how is this even possible? I thought things like this only happened in novels. I guess you two were destined to be together, so you are getting married after all. She is a member of the royal family. You must treat her with respect. Martin thought, yes, although it will be a loveless marriage, and then replied, yes, father. The Duke said, I wish your mother were here to see you get married. News of the marriage traveled all the way to Tarzan. The servants chatted, her lady is having another tantrum. It started after she received a letter from home. Let her be. It is not the first time she has thrown a tantrum. I can't believe they sent someone like her to be the young master's wife. After that, the prince came and said, you broke everything in this room. Regina shouted, let go of me, you filthy brute. You are nothing but a barbarian pretending to be a noble. The prince said, in case you have forgotten, I am filthy rich. I could buy out your family with this bracelet on my arm. You mean nothing to me, so I want you to stop throwing your silly little tantrums. I am starting to reach the end of my patience. Regina thought, damnation. Just you wait, I am going to find a way out of here. In the next scene, Evelyn thought, I asked young master to marry me. It would be beneficial for both of us. I said it would be a loveless marriage, but that is a lie. I am still in love with young master. When I met him again, when he leaned in to hug me, and whenever I look into his gorgeous face, my heart won't stop pounding. It makes me angrier. I could not believe the young master I loved and respected tried to kill me and my child. It makes it harder for me to forgive him. But at the same time, I can't help but love him from the bottom of my heart. How am I supposed to hide my feelings for him when we see each other every day? In the next moment, a maid asked, greetings, my lord. I know the two of you are betrothed, but you cannot show up unexpectedly. Martin replied, I just came to drop this off. They were so pretty. I just had to bring you some. You can throw them away if you wish. I just wanted you to enjoy the wildflowers of autumn. Evelyn thought, young master, why are you doing this? After some time, Evelyn asked, what shall we do? I did not think Lord Martin would lavish me with gifts every day. I have no idea what is going through his head either. The maid told her, it is merely an assumption, but it seems my lord is trying to atone for the past. Evelyn thought, really, I want to believe her, but the young master in my memories was a cold, heartless man. I don't know what to expect. Is he the man I remember from the past, or the man I see now? Which one is the real Martin? In the next scene, Elena said, now take a big breath, do your best to hold it in. Now breathe out slowly. The baby is healthy, and so are you. But you must avoid standing for long periods of time. Evelyn replied, I understand. Thank you very much. Then she thought, I was recently placed under Lady Elena's care. Her Majesty told me there was a competent physician who would take care of me. I was shocked to realize it was Lady Elena. I worried that she would look down on me because of my past. Elena spoke, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am at your service. I will be your personal physician from now on. Evelyn replied, the pleasure is all mine. Evelyn thought, we got to know each other better. Sometimes, Lord Philippe joined us for tea. I have been enjoying life in the palace, but I feel uncomfortable at the same time. Elena told her, don't wear yourself out before the big wedding. The wedding is right around the corner. Is something on your mind? Evelyn replied, you must not tell a single soul, especially Lord Martin. Elena replied, don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Evelyn spoke, I proposed marriage first, but the truth is, I am worried about married life with Lord Martin. As you know, I was the personal maid to Lady Elizabeth. If I were to return as Lady Iriaputh, I would have no choice but to face Lady Elizabeth again. Lord Martin also visits me every day. I don't know what is going through his head. Elena asked, are you saying Martin has been behaving in that fashion? Then she thought, that is not the Martin the first. No, he never showed any interest in anyone but himself. Whenever someone showed interest in him, he would ignore them or treat them rudely. Then she said, I am sure it would be nice to have a father figure, but you could raise your child on your own, especially if you have the means. Besides, Elizabeth is far, far away and won't be coming back anytime soon. So, don't get discouraged, you are a countess now and a member of the royal family. Evelyn replied, but I asked him to marry me. I could not possibly go back on my word. If this is how things were destined to be, I will accept it. Elena told her, my lady, I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but there may be some sort of misunderstanding between you and Martin. I think it wouldn't hurt to hear him out. If you decide marriage is not your thing, I would be happy to introduce you to a competent divorce lawyer. In the next scene, the Empress stated, welcome to the annual royal hunt. The rules remain the same, only rifles can be used. The maid told her, the most romantic thing happens during the royal hunt. The participants offer their first heart to the lady they love, and the lady must reward the hunter with a kiss on the cheek. Evelyn thought, I wonder if young Master Martin will give me his first heart. After that, Philippe asked, are you prepared to hunt? Come to think of it, who will be the recipient of your first hunt? Martin replied, that is a secret. Philippe said, is that so? I plan on offering mine to Countess Vedenoa. Martin stated, you are starting to get on my nerves. After that, Philippe asked, the rabbit escaped. Why did you let it go? Martin replied, I didn't need it. I don't want my first offering to be a tiny rabbit. On the other hand, Louise said, Mummy, I caught a frog for you. I dedicate my first hunt to you. His mother asked, you caught this just for me? Louise replied, yes, because you are my favorite person in the entire world. His mother told him, I'm happy you made the effort to catch something for me, but we don't want to hurt our little frog friend. The maid said, I am sure your child will be just as good. Evelyn replied, I hope so, but I just want them to be healthy. The maid asked, wow, did the baby kick? You are glowing right now. I guess they wanted to tell you that they are doing fine. They are going to grow up strong and healthy. Evelyn thought, I wonder who the baby will take after. Will they be born with dark hair like Lord Martin, or take after my silver hair, if possible? I hope our baby takes after their handsome father. Oh dear, what am I thinking? He didn't even want a child. After some time, Martin came back with a huge stag. Then he said, I dedicate my first hunt to Countess Vedenoa. Evelyn thought, he is giving me his first catch of the day. The maid whispered, why are you just sitting there, my lady? You must award him with a kiss on the cheek. Evelyn thought, young master, do you really harbor feelings toward me? Suddenly, a wild boar came out from the woods. Louise was on the ground. Evelyn thought, the child is in danger. She said, please, go save Louise. Martin thought, she actually asked me for help. Then he said, I want you to run as fast as you can. I will catch up with you. After that, Martin picked up Louise and told him, don't cry, I will take you to your mother. Back at Evelyn's side, Evelyn said, I feel cramps in my belly, I can hardly move. Evelyn thought, so this is how it ends, am I really going to die here? Then she said, save yourself. The maid replied, no, I won't leave you. At that moment, Martin came and tried to stop the stag. He shouted, escape while you can. Evelyn thought, that voice, it is the voice of the man who saved my life. In the next scene, Evelyn thought, young Master Martin suffered a grave injury during the hunt. He killed the boar with a hunting knife, but he is also bleeding out. Elena told her, the baby is fine. Your muscles seem to have bunched up when you tried to run. Evelyn asked, did Lord Martin leave the capital? Elena replied, why don't you ask him yourself? Back in the present time, Evelyn thought, fortunately, Lord Martin did not lose his life, but the physician said it would take some time until he made a full recovery. Was it really young Master Martin who saved me in Pioru, or do I have it all wrong? Martin woke up and asked, where am I? Evelyn replied, this is the guest room of the royal palace. Martin asked, how long was I unconscious? Evelyn replied, about half a day. Martin said, I am glad you were the first person I saw when I woke up. Evelyn asked, my lord, did you save me when someone attacked me in Pioru? Martin replied, until recently, I was not quite sure what I wanted to do with my life, when I realized that everything I believed in was a lie. Like my mother's words. I was so hurt, I could not come to my senses, and when I came back to the estate, I ran into you again. You were so different from what I remembered. You had grown into an incredibly beautiful woman, but instead of treating you kindly, I took you for granted. Thinking you would never leave me, I abused my social status and kept you as my plaything. I was too focused on fulfilling my personal desires. You said you would take responsibility, but I did not listen. When I realized what I had done, I wanted to find you and apologize. I know I hurt you terribly, and I am really sorry. I would like to make things right. I don't mind if you resent me for the rest of your life, as long as you allow me to stay by your side, Evelyn said. How could I resent you? You saved us. Evelyn thought. We talked all night long. We told each other about life outside the air up the state. It was the first night he did not make love to me. We merely held hands and took turns listening to each other talk. It was the first time I felt warmth in the presence of young master. In the next scene, the Empress said, I see, it seems you have made up your mind. I was hoping we could spend more time together until your marriage. Evelyn replied, I am sorry for having a change of heart, but I would like to take care of Lord Martin. Since he was injured trying to save me, I would like to go back to the air up the state with him. Nora started crying. Evelyn asked, what is wrong? Why are you crying? Nora replied, apologies, my lady, it was an honor serving you. I am just sad to hear that you are leaving. I know I should not let my emotions get the best of me. I am sorry, my lady. The Empress said, why don't we do this instead? It seems you two have gotten close. You could take her as your personal maid to the air up the state. Nora asked, are you sure, Your Majesty? The Empress replied, I am sure. You will have peace of mind knowing you have a maid you can trust, Nora said. Thank you, Your Majesty. I will go pack my bags. The Empress said, I want you to come visit me often. I am going to miss you, little sister. Evelyn replied, same here. Thank you for everything, Your Majesty. After that, Evelyn said, I must slow down the horses. The forest looks exactly the same. The flower beds seem to be doing well too. It hasn't changed much. I used to walk alone to the market on my days off. Martin said, it hasn't changed a bit, but it feels empty without you. Evelyn told him, don't say that. Nora can hear us, Martin replied. Who cares? We will soon be married. Evelyn said, don't tease me like that, then thought, young master has become a totally different person. Ever since the hunt, he has opened up to me. He started to hold my hand, look me in the eyes, and smile at me like he did when we were little. He feels like the young boy I remember from the past, and I like it. After that, when they arrived, Martin said, I will get out and escort you out of the carriage. Evelyn told him, you still have not recovered from your injuries. Martin said, one other thing. Don't tell the staff that you used to work here in the past. Evelyn commented, that was my plan. Martin said, thank you for understanding. Evelyn thought, this is going to take some time to get used to. After that, all the staff welcomed them. Evelyn thought, I did not see any familiar faces. Where did Muriel and everyone go? The Duke said, we have been waiting for your arrival. Welcome to our humble abode, dear daughter-in-law. I have not seen you since the secret marriage. Evelyn thought, we told the world that young master and I had married in secret. She replied, it is good to see you, father. After some time, Evelyn thought, Mrs. Julie is an amazing cook. The Duke stated, well then, I would like some privacy. Then he asked, my lady, is it true that you used to work for our household? Evelyn replied, yes, it is. I came when I was 13 and left when I was 19. The Duke said, that is quite a long time. I am sorry for not remembering you. Wasn't it uncomfortable for you to come back here? Evelyn replied, Lord Martin is the father of my baby, and he saved us from the wild boar. Coming back was not an issue. I wanted to help him make a speedy recovery. The Duke stated, thank you for understanding. You are a countess and my daughter-in-law. I hope you can make yourself comfortable here. Evelyn asked, there is something I have been meaning to ask you. Where are all the maids I worked with? The Duke replied, about that. We had no choice but to let them go. Evelyn thought, they were all fired. In the next scene, Evelyn remembered the maids chatting. One of them said, she was sneaking out to meet her lover but got caught by the head maid. She was fired. Why can't we maids have relationships like other people? They don't like it when we leave our jobs to get married. One of them asked, what are your dreams? The other replied, I wish I could wear beautiful frocks every day, like Lady Elizabeth. The first one said, I want to eat Miss Julie's puri pie every day for the rest of my life. Evelyn asked, what about you, Muriel, what do you want to do? Muriel replied, I have too many younger siblings to take care of. I only started this job because I need money for my siblings. But I guess if I were to focus only on my wants, I would love to have a house of my own. Evelyn thought, all my friends lost their jobs because of me. Did it happen because I decided to come back? Did I make a selfish decision? After that, Ruth arrived. In the next moment, Evelyn hugged her. Ruth said, I never thought I would lay my eyes on you again. Look how far along you are. It must have been so difficult. Evelyn replied, I am all right. How have you been? Ruth said, apologies, my lady, I forgot myself for a moment. Evelyn said, it is fine. Feel free to address me informally when we are alone. You are like a mother to me. Could you tell me what happened after I ran away? Shall we talk over tea? After some time, Ruth told her the whole story. That is what happened over the past few months. After young Master Martin went out searching for you, Evelyn thought, I did not know so many things had happened while I was gone. She asked, I see, this is more than what I heard from the Lord. Come to think of it, why did Lady Elizabeth marry a noble from a foreign country? Ruth told her, the thing is, His Grace found out that her ladyship had sent someone to kill you off. The marriage was a punishment of sorts. Evelyn thought, so the man who tried to kill me was acting under Lady Elizabeth's orders, but I didn't think she would stoop this low. Evelyn asked, what happened to the maids who used to work here? Were they fired? Ruth replied, we had no choice but to let them go. It would have been awkward for everyone. Evelyn stated, I can't shake off the feeling that I ruined their lives. Times are tough. How are they going to find new jobs? Ruth told her, you don't have to worry. Janmosh Desami gave them a hefty severance package. They could live off the money for the rest of their lives, so when everyone left, they all had huge smiles on their faces. Evelyn said, I am so happy to hear that. Then she thought, young master, I did not expect you to be so considerate. After that, Martin asked, why did you have to tell her everything? Ruth said, were you listening in on our conversation? She was going to find out eventually. Martin replied, yes, but we could have left it like that. Ruth told him, why are you trying to hide it? You don't have to play the villain anymore. You have become the way you were before you came of age. It's cute, actually. Martin replied, I am not a child anymore. Later that night, Martin asked, why don't you go to sleep? I am going to read a bit longer. Evelyn replied, it's fine, I can wait. She thought, I still can't believe that we are sharing the same bed. Martin said, there is something I have been meaning to discuss with you. It's about the guest house. I was thinking of knocking it down. I know you don't have very good memories of the place. The same goes for me, since Mother used to reside there. What do you think? Evelyn stated, actually, I have a great idea. Instead of tearing it down, can't we use it as a dormitory for the household staff? Next scene, Maid's chat. Where are we going? I haven't heard anything myself. Are we being sent to another estate? Look over there. Everyone, this will be your quarters from now on, said the head maid. The maids whispered, this is the guest house. Are we really going to live here? It looks like a palace. I've always wanted to live in one. After that, Marbell thought, I'm all ready. Get up. How long are you going to stay in bed? The maid replied, Mom, just 5 more minutes. Marbell said, we have to go to the morning meeting. You're such a slowpoke, and you know it. Marbell thought, I'm 14 years old, I have no parents, and I grew up in an orphanage. The orphanage forced me to get a job here. At first, I thought they would work me to the ground without providing proper meals. That is, until I met her lady. After that, Ruth spoke, listen up, I want you all to line up. We will now begin the morning meeting. Marbell thought, the beautiful lady over there is Countess Evelyn. She looked cold and aloof at first, but she has never missed our morning meetings, and sometimes she even stops by to chat with the staff. The household staff used to live in the basement of the Iriaputh estate, but her lady requested that we have rooms with sunlight. She also built a library for the staff, where they could learn how to read and write. She gave us 2 hours of free time every day so we could learn how to sew, and she helped those with talent get jobs at the village clothing shops. All the maids here have told me that the Iriaputh estate is the best place they have ever worked at. I thought all noble ladies were full of themselves, but I guess there are exceptions to every rule. Next scene, Marbelle's thoughts. I did not expect this when I went to grab a snack. I just wanted to enjoy my snack in peace. Am I growing? I don't know why I've been so hungry these days. After that, Evelyn asked, "Is it snack time already?" Marbelle replied, "The snack of the day is cheese pig pie and egg sandwiches," she thought. I've never been alone with her lady before. She is even more beautiful up close. Evelyn asked, "Is there something on my face?" Suddenly, Marbelle's stomach growled loudly. Marbelle said, "My lady, I'm sorry. The thing is," Evelyn asked, "would you like to join me?" After that, Evelyn asked, "Are you full now?" Marbelle replied, "Yes, thank you." Evelyn told her, "You are at a growing age. You need to eat." Marbelle asked, "I want to ask something. Why do you treat the staff so kindly? We are just staff, after all." Evelyn replied, "We are all human. We all feel the same emotions, sadness, hunger, and happiness. And I don't believe in treating the staff poorly because of their social status. The world would be a better place if we all learned to respect one another." Marbelle thought, "I swear to serve you until my very last breath." Next scene, people chatting. "What are they building?" The other one replied, "This is a school for everyone. I heard it was founded by Lady Iriaputh. She opened a hospital for us and helped with charity auctions too." Minos thought, "Who cares? An Iriaputh is an Iriaputh." Evelyn had to run away from there. "I'm sure they are terrible people. Where are you, Evelyn? Why haven't you sent me a letter?" On the other hand, Evelyn asked, "The villagers are hosting a festival on my behalf." Martin replied, "Yes, they wanted to thank you for all you've done for them. You did wonders for the reputation of our family. Thank you. I will stay behind. Why don't you take Nora and enjoy the festival tomorrow?" Evelyn asked, "You're not going to the festival, won't you come with me?" Martin thought, "I hate crowded places. How am I supposed to say no when she looks at me like that?" Then he replied, "If that's what you really want, I will." The day of the festival. The day of the festival came. A little girl asked, "What sort of festival is this, Mummy?" Her mother replied, "We are celebrating Lady Iriaputh. The young master has a new wife who built a school and hospital for the villagers. She is the reason you are in school right now." The little girl said, "Wow. She must be a wonderful person." Minos thought, "A festival over one silly noblewoman. They should treat their staff better. I wonder how Evelyn is doing." On the other hand, Martin asked, "Why are you so nervous?" Evelyn replied, "As you well know, I always hide my hair under a cap. My hair has put me through so much trouble in the past." Martin said, "But you were fine at the royal banquet." Evelyn replied, "That was because Her Majesty was there, but she is not here today. I'm afraid everyone will focus on my hair. I don't want to stress out for the sake of our baby." Martin said, "It will be fine, you are not alone. Don't worry, you have me." Evelyn thought, "How strange, until recently, I thought he was a cold-hearted man. I never thought I would see this side of him. His touch made me feel hot all over. I can even hear my heart pounding." After that, people said, "Wow, take a look at her beautiful silver hair. She must really be a royal. What a beauty she is." A villager spoke, "Welcome to our humble village." Evelyn replied, "Thank you for inviting us." After that, Evelyn thought, "Is it because I am pregnant? I have been going to the restroom more often these days. I haven't eaten this much in a while. The baby seems to love the food as much as I do. I remember going to festivals like these with Minos." Suddenly, she bumped into him. Minos said, "I am sorry. Were you hurt?" The next moment, he said, "Wait. Are you not Evelyn? When did you come back? How have you been? Are you healthy? What happened to your belly? Are you pregnant? Who is the father? Was this why you ran away?" Martin also arrived and thought, "What is taking Evelyn so long?" Evelyn spoke, "My lord, I happened to run into an old friend. This is Minos. I've told you about him before." Martin said, "Get your hands off my woman." Minos asked, "Aren't you Lord Iriaputh? Don't tell me you are the father of her child. Did you take her in as your mistress?" Evelyn told them, "I want you both to calm down. There seems to be some sort of misunderstanding. I can explain everything." Next scene. The estate. A maid grabbed a camera and shouted, "Girls, you have to come outside." Someone fainted in front of the estate. After that, the maids asked, "Are you all right? What brings you here to the estate?" Vestige replied, "Please, I need to meet the lady, I am an old friend of hers." Next scene. Minos said, "So that is what happened while you were away, so you are really a royal. I am glad to hear that you are doing better now, but I am very unhappy with what you put Evelyn through, my lord." Evelyn spoke, "Don't worry, I am doing fine right now. How is Miss Vesti?" Minos replied, "Don't even bring her up. Her father swindled other people's money and ran off, and the inn shut down. He was eventually arrested, and Vesti disappeared in the middle of the night. No one has seen her since. Serves her right for treating you badly." Evelyn thought, "They took me in when mother passed away. I also suffered terribly during my time there, but I am fine now. I am never going to see her again." After that, Evelyn said, "It was so nice catching up with you. You must visit me at the estate." Minos replied, "I never thought I would see the day." Martin stated, "Thank you for taking such good care of Evelyn. I promise to make her happy. You don't have to worry." Minos replied, "You don't have to bow to me, my lord." Then he thought, "I thought all nobles were jerks. I guess there are exceptions to every rule. I'm glad to see you so happy." After that, Martin told her, "It was a wonderful day. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's go together again sometime. It will be the three of us next time." Evelyn asked, "Come to think of it, could you stop referring to me as your woman in front of others?" Martin asked, "Why, don't you like it?" Evelyn replied, "No, it's just a bit embarrassing, that's all." Martin stated, "There is no need, I'm telling the truth, I am your man, and that would make you my woman, wouldn't you agree?" Suddenly, the baby started kicking. Evelyn said, "We should refrain ourselves in front of our baby." Martin replied, "I can't believe they're already getting in my way." After that, Martin asked, "Did anything happen while we were away?" Nora said, "You have a visitor, my lady. She said she was a childhood friend of yours." Evelyn thought, "I don't understand." Vestige came and spoke, "Oh dear, it's been ages since we last saw each other. Don't you remember me? We go way back." Evelyn asked, "What are you doing here?" Martin whispered, "Who is she?" Evelyn replied, "That is Vesti. We talked about her earlier." Martin asked, "What, is this the girl who tormented you as a child? I'm sure there is a reason why she came to see you." After that, Vesti spoke, "I can't believe you live here. It looks like a palace. You used to clean the cellar of our inn. I knew you would make it big someday." Martin stated, "Enough with the small talk. What is it that you want?" Vesti spoke, "I have no idea what you are talking about, my lord. I'm just here to see an old friend. Of course, I have nothing going for me right now." Having said that, "Evelyn, could you give me some money in return? I promise to keep my mouth shut, you know, about your real past." Vesti remembers the past. People spoke, "She is really pretty. Vesti's dad brought her here from another village. He said he would use her as a chambermaid. Well, she looks more ladylike than Vesti." Vesti thought, "They actually think the orphan girl is prettier than me. Well, she is never going to be above me. I will make sure of it. I can't have it any other way. She will have no choice but to hand over the money. She may be a noblewoman, but if the world finds out about her past, she will be ostracized by high society." Martin asked, "You dare try to blackmail my wife?" Evelyn called out, "Are you outside?" Nora replied, "Did you call, my lady?" Evelyn stated, "Show this woman out. I mistook her for someone else." Vesti shouted, "How dare you treat me this way? You would have lived on the streets if we had not taken you in. If I tell the world about your past, you will no longer be able to enjoy this lavish life. Even your family will abandon you." Evelyn told her, "It does not matter. They accepted me for who I am, and who would even believe you?" After that, Martin asked, "You must have been shocked earlier. How are you feeling?" Evelyn replied, "I feel much better now." Martin said, "I didn't think she would have the nerve to show up here." Evelyn replied, "Neither did I." Martin continued, "I liked how assertive you were earlier." Evelyn told him, "I know I need to let go of the past if I want to move forward." Martin asked, "Did Elizabeth treat you just as badly? I knew she went out of her way to torture the staff, but I wasn't sure to what extent." Evelyn asked, "Do you really wish to know?" Martin replied, "Yes, if it's all right with you." Then he asked, what are you doing? Evelyn replied, do you feel the scar tissue here? That was caused by Lady Elizabeth. She cut me with shards of glass here. She used a whip on me here. I got these burn marks when she poured boiling hot water on my foot. Martin asked, she did all this to you? Evelyn replied, yes, she targeted areas that would be covered by clothing. They don't hurt anymore, but I don't think I can forget what she did to me. Martin hugged her and said, I am sorry. I should have recognized the scars when we were in bed together. I don't know why I didn't take notice before. I will make sure something like this never happens again. I swear to protect you, no matter what. Evelyn replied, thank you, it's the thought that counts. A week later. A week had passed since Evelyn returned to the Iriapooth estate. Martin made a full recovery and started preparing to succeed his father again, while Evelyn began attending social events with Elena. She slowly adjusted to her role as countess and future duchess. One of the noble ladies asked, what are your dreams? Evelyn replied, I would love to give birth to a healthy child. The noble lady said, I was asking if there was something you wish to do in the future. Evelyn thought, something that I want to do. I have lived most of my life trying to make ends meet. I've had no time to focus on my desires. What are my dreams? I have no idea what I want to do in the future. Next scene. Evelyn said, we will be at the picnic party. Martin said, you've been even busier than me these days. Evelyn replied, a noble lady must show her face at social gatherings. I don't know why I've been sweating so much recently. It's actually gotten chillier. Martin asked, can't you stay home today? Evelyn replied, don't worry, Lady Elena will be with me at all times. After that, Martin remembered when he was little and asked his father, why did Mother and Her Majesty suddenly pass away? His father replied, humans are fragile creatures. They look fine one day but can pass away the very next day, so you must live every single day as if it were your last. Martin thought, what if Evelyn suddenly dies, like Mother and Her Majesty did? What would I do without her? Next scene. Philippe said, a gentleman should always look out for the wife of his bosom buddy. A noble lady commented, you are quite the gentleman. Come to think of it, I heard that you were planning to offer your first hunt to the countess. Philippe asked, are you upset? Elena replied, I don't know you, so don't talk to me. Philippe said, that is not fair. You know what she said is not true. Evelyn thought, what did I just see? Did they start seeing each other? After that, Philippe asked, how are things with Martin these days? I hope he is not giving you any trouble. Evelyn replied, of course not. Lord Martin has been nothing but kind and gracious, but at some point, he started to become a bit overprotective. Philippe told her, well, you are pregnant, he is bound to be more attentive. Suddenly, a man came and said, it is an emergency, a child has collapsed, would you have a look at her? After Elena asked, I heard that the child was sick, what happened? The mother replied, she was playing just fine when she suddenly vomited, then fainted. Evelyn thought, she was fine earlier, why would she suddenly faint like that? Then she noticed the berries and asked, did the child eat those berries? The mother replied, yes. Evelyn said, they're poisonous berries. We must give her an antidote right away. Elena asked, do you know what the antidote is? Evelyn replied, yes, to some extent. Then she remembered a past conversation where a lady once told her, do you see those berries? They look sumptuous, but they are actually poisonous. They cause nausea and paralysis. You could even die if you don't find an antidote. The cure is simple. You take some moss from the lake and mix it into drinking water. Back in the present, the mother asked, you want me to feed that to my daughter? That looks filthy. Evelyn told her, you have to, if you wish to save your daughter. The mother said, well, if it's to save her. A little while later, the child opened her eyes and said, I don't feel numb anymore. Elena thought, it seems Lady Evelyn has a talent for medicinal herbs. Sometime later, Philippe asked, what was that just now? That was amazing. Elena asked, how did you know what the antidote was? Where did you learn about medicinal herbs? Evelyn replied, I didn't, I stayed with a lady who collected herbs for a living. I picked up bits and pieces through her. Elena told her, even still, I didn't think you could improve so quickly. Would you be interested in learning more about medicinal herbs? The university I attended has a course on medicinal herbs. All you will need is a referral to study there. I have a feeling you will make an amazing pharmacist. Evelyn thought, me, a pharmacist. Next scene. Evelyn said, I happen to know the antidote, so I was able to help her. Fortunately, she woke up right away. Lady Elena said she would write a recommendation letter, so that I could study medicinal herbs in college. Martin replied, college is out of the question, Evelyn said, but I am sure I could be of help in the future. Martin stated, I don't need your help. I want you to focus on your health and our baby, so don't bring up this topic ever again. After that, Martin remembered the Empress saying, you were very brave to come here without your father. Martin replied, I am old enough to come alone. The Empress stated, you are all grown up now. I am not feeling well enough to greet too many guests, but I will be better before you know it, and when I do, let us stroll together in the royal garden. Martin thought, I don't know what I would do if Evelyn were to leave me, and I will do anything to prevent that from happening. On the other hand, Evelyn thought, twice a week, I have been having afternoon tea with my father-in-law. He said it would be a good opportunity for us to get to know each other better. I was uncomfortable at first, but he went out of his way to put me at ease, and I really feel as if we have finally become family. The Duke said, I received a letter from Elizabeth the other day. It was full of complaints, as usual. She said she wished to return home. Evelyn said, Father, I am sure you miss Lady Elizabeth. After all, she is your flesh and blood. The Duke thought, flesh and blood. Then he remembered the Duchess saying, look, darling, our daughter looks just like us. The Duke asked, I don't remember you becoming pregnant. The Duchess replied, I told you that I would give birth at my parents' estate. Remember, you were so busy, you must have forgotten what I said. Back to the present. The Duke said, about that. Well, never mind. I don't want to confuse you with the details. Don't worry, Elizabeth won't be coming back anytime soon. Evelyn told him the whole story about how she saved the little girl. Lady Elena suggested that I study at the university, but Lord Martin flat out refused to let me go. The Duke told her, I know where Martin is coming from. He has suffered the loss of a beloved before. I am sure he does not want something happening to you while you are away. He is more weak-hearted than he seems. Evelyn thought, was that why he said those words to me? The Duke continued, don't let him get his way all the time. Don't give up on your dreams if it is what you really want. Evelyn replied, I will keep that in mind. Next scene. After the checkup, Elena said, I hope the baby takes after you. Evelyn asked, why is that? Elena replied, can you imagine the temper the baby would have if they resembled Martin? Evelyn said, is that so? There is something I have been meaning to ask you. Is it possible for me to swim in the lake? Elena replied, I don't see why not. Why do you ask? Evelyn said, it's nothing. I'll tell you all about it later. Then she thought, I am not going to let others take charge anymore. I will show young master that whatever he is worried about won't be happening to me. After that, Martin asked, what did you say? You want to have a picnic by the lake? Evelyn replied, that's right. I know you have nothing scheduled this afternoon, so I thought we could spend some time alone together. Are you busy? Martin said. Fine, but I want you to wear warm clothes, and we will share a horse. Nora whispered, are you sure you don't need us? Evelyn replied, don't worry, we will be fine, but I do need you to pack a lot of towels for us. Next scene. Evelyn said, wow, I haven't been here since we were kids. The last time we came, I was both excited and worried. I had never gone on a picnic before. Martin replied, I see, I'm glad you have good memories of our time here. After some time, Evelyn asked, do you remember the day we went hunting together? Martin replied, of course I do. I remember every little detail. Evelyn asked, why did you give me puri berries that one day, you know, the day before you left for the academy, after I gave you the handkerchief? Martin replied, I remember that. Why do you ask? Evelyn said, it was so strange. You were busy preparing to leave for the academy, yet you found the time to pick berries for me. Martin replied, well, that's because I wanted to see your face light up when you received the berries. I thought you harbored feelings for me, but you always had a flustered expression on your face whenever we met. Then I saw you with Minoa one day. I saw a carefree smile on your face and realized that you actually had a bright, cheerful personality. I wanted you to smile at me like that. I think that's when it all started. That was the day I fell for you. Evelyn said, I want to study medicinal herbs at the university. Martin said, I told you not to bring that topic up again, please. I can't lose you too, if something were to happen to you while you were away. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Wait for me, I'm coming for you. Evelyn grabbed his hand and pulled him in. Martin exclaimed, the water is cold, what is the meaning of this? Evelyn asked, what do you think? The water really wakes you up, doesn't it? I would always jump in for a swim whenever I came across a lake, so I'm used to swimming in cold water like this. I'm with child, so I'm not as nimble as I used to be, but I have worked all my life. I would say I'm as healthy as a horse, so, my lord, I'm not going to die without a fight. I will always be by your side. After that, Ruth asked, you both fell into the lake, it's gotten chillier, you should have been more careful, my lord. What are you doing? Martin replied, I'm sorry. Ruth continued, it's terrible timing too, you must get cleaned up before the lady sees you. Regina came and stated, oh dear, while someone was suffering in a foreign country, it seems some people were having the time of their lives. Why are you just standing there? You should be paying your respects to me. Elizabeth continued, I don't believe this. Are you really pregnant? So I was right. You seduced my brother, and became pregnant so you could force me out of the house. Martin stated, stay away from my wife. Elizabeth asked, are you out of your mind? You only took her in because she is pregnant. The Duke came and asked, what is with the commotion? Then he asked, what are you doing here? You didn't mention anything about coming home. Elizabeth replied, I just wanted to visit for a little while. The Duke shouted, how dare you show your face here? You tried to kill the mother of your brother's child. Have you forgotten that you were sent to Tarazan as punishment? Go back to your carriage and leave at once. Elizabeth, saddened, said, I don't know what got into me back then. Please hear me out. I just really missed my family, that's all. I also wanted to apologize to my sister-in-law in person. You know I didn't mean what I did. Martin shouted, it's all an act. Elizabeth continued, I'm not coming back again, so please let me stay, just this once. The Duke thought, I know Elizabeth is lying through her teeth right now, but even still. Then he said, I will give you a week, I want you to leave when the week is up. Elizabeth replied, thank you, father, a week should be more than enough, I'm hungry after the long trip. Can we all have dinner together? Next scene. Martin said, I swear she has something up her sleeve. Why did father allow Elizabeth to stay? Evelyn told him, well, she is his daughter after all. Martin stated, I will protect you no matter what, so don't be frightened. Evelyn replied, I know you will. Martin told her, but just in case, I want you to avoid being alone with her. Evelyn replied, I promise. She thought, and that is how my uncomfortable week with Lady Elizabeth began. To ensure that nothing would happen, I did my best to avoid being alone with her. Our paths crossed in the hallway once, but she simply said, good morning, dear sister-in-law. I thought she would glare at me or even strike me, but she just passed by. Was the look of hatred I saw that first day a figment of my imagination? Time passed. One day, a maid came and said, Lady Elizabeth invited you to tea. She wants to catch up, as she will be returning to Tarazan tomorrow. Her ladyship said you could bring your personal maid if you wish. Nora told her, it's her last night here, I'm sure it will be fine. Don't worry, I will be right there with you. What could possibly happen? Evelyn replied, you have a point. On the other hand, Elizabeth thought, it's not easy brushing my hair on my own. If I hadn't brought Evelyn to the estate, I wouldn't have ended up in Tarazan like this. It's all because of that twat. If only she were dead, things would go back to the way they used to be. After that, Martin thought, Evelyn and Nora. I think they're heading toward Elizabeth's quarters. Why is Evelyn going there? After that, Elizabeth told her, relax, I just wanted to talk before I leave for Tarazan. When is your due date? Evelyn replied, at the end of the month. Elizabeth asked, let me ask you something, are you happy? Evelyn replied, yes, I like my life right now. I had nothing before, but now I have a family and people who care about me. So yes, I couldn't be happier with my current life. Elizabeth stated, how ironic. You were standing behind me not too long ago, but now you're sitting across from me. If I hadn't brought you home on that fateful day, I would never have been sent away to Tarzan, and I would have been engaged to Philippe by now. You ruined my life. Nora thought, things are not looking good. I need to go ask for help. The next moment, Evelyn thought, what just happened? Nora told her, my lady, you must run. Elizabeth shouted, it's all because of you, idiot. You ruined my life, you little twat. Once I get rid of you, everything will return to normal. Evelyn thought, I'm scared. I'm so frightened I can hardly move. I have to get my act together. Elizabeth said, so die. Evelyn thought, I have to move. Elizabeth shouted, how? How dare you resist, you lowly maid? Evelyn replied, I am not the Evelyn you remember. You have no one to blame but yourself. Elizabeth pushed her away and said, you insolent twat. I don't care if people see you as a silver-haired royal because to me, you will always be my lowly maid. Unlike you, I am a purebred noble. We are as different as night and day. At that moment, Martin came and grabbed her hand. He said, Ruth, take Nora to the hospital right away. Tommy, get rid of this glass shard at once. Elizabeth spoke, I can explain. Martin stated, you just told Evelyn that the two of you were as different as night and day. The truth is, you are not a real Iriaputh. Mother had an affair. That makes you a bastard. Elizabeth said, liar, how dare you try to deceive me? Martin told her, I have a letter from Mother confessing to the affair. Father doesn't know yet. I wonder what will happen if he finds out. You have a choice. I can reveal the truth to the world and strip you of your title as Lady Iriaputh. Or you can apologize to Evelyn and live out the rest of your life as an Iriaputh in Tarazan. Which will you choose? Elizabeth spoke, please accept my apology. I promise never to show my face here again, so please allow me to live out the rest of my life as an Iriaputh. I am very sorry. Next scene. The maids chatted, I can't believe no one came to see her off. Another replied, why would they? After what happened, they probably don't consider her family anymore. On the other hand, Marvin asked, you're not going to see her off, Your Grace? The Duke replied, this is more than enough. Would things have been different if Elizabeth had been my daughter? Did Elizabeth become twisted and evil because I was too afraid to face the truth, or was she just born that way? Marvin replied, I don't know the answer to that. The Duke spoke, neither do I. Perhaps there is no answer to my question. Even still, she will always be my responsibility. After that, Evelyn asked, is it really over? Martin replied, it is over. You will never have to see Elizabeth again. Evelyn asked, how is your hand? Can you move it? Martin replied, it is fine. It is a battle scar I gained trying to protect you. Evelyn told him, don't be reckless like that again. Martin asked, wait, are you crying? Really, back then and even now, you're too lovely for your own good. Evelyn asked, this handkerchief, you kept it all this time? Martin replied, it was the first thing you gifted me, how could I not keep it? Evelyn thought, so you thought of me much longer than I realized. Martin asked, what is wrong? Evelyn said, my water just broke. Martin shouted, we must go to the hospital. Is anyone there? Next scene. The Empress spoke, wow, I can't believe he is here. It feels like yesterday when he was in your belly. How could he be 2 months old already? Evelyn replied, yes, time flies, doesn't it? I know you were busy. Thank you for coming all the way here to see him. The Empress emphasized, he is my nephew, how could I not come? I heard you were injured. Nora, shouldn't you be resting? Maid Nora replied, don't worry, Your Majesty, I am as healthy as a horse. The Empress commented, I am glad to hear it. I was so shocked when I heard the news, and I sent word to Tarazan, that woman won't be coming here ever again. Evelyn replied, thank you for looking out for me. Dr. Elena spoke, no more updates, we are here to celebrate, remember, I have a present for you. Evelyn asked, is this a recommendation letter? But Lord Aerith forbade me from attending university. Martin stated, I asked her to write it. I shouldn't prevent you from going because of my own selfish reasons. Go spread your wings. I will be standing right behind you. Evelyn told him, thank you so much. I promise to do my best. I am so happy to have you as my husband. Elena asked, could you do that once we are gone? Evelyn replied, what is wrong? We are about to be married. you should get married sooner if you were jealous. After that, Evelyn thought. After Liam was born, we began to plan our wedding. Ruth told the maids, move the flowers to the greenhouse, this is more than what we ordered. A maid replied, the farmer said these were a gift for Milady. Ruth continued, I guess you reap what you sow. The staff at the Iriaputh estate did their best to make it happen, and we got close to the wedding day. Martin asked, why are you taking the dress away? Evelyn replied, it is a secret. Martin continued, you must be tired preparing for the entrance exam. Evelyn commented, I feel just fine, I want you to sit here, don't take off the blindfold until I tell you to. Martin asked, are you trying to seduce me? Evelyn emphasized, it is not what you think, now stay put, you can take off the blindfold now. Martin spoke, okay. Why are you going through all this trouble, blindfolding me and such? Evelyn asked, so, what do you think? Martin stated, wow, you were beautiful, for a minute, I thought you were an angel. Evelyn replied, you are making me blush. Martin asked, are you sure you wish to do this? Evelyn told him, Lady Elena said it was possible 6 weeks after giving birth. I have been looking forward to this. Martin said, it has been a while. Then things got heated. Martin continued, it feels so good to be inside you. Evelyn stated, I love you very much. Martin told her, me too, I do love you. Next scene. The priest spoke, all rise for the bride, you are now the most important person in each other's lives, through joy and sadness, in sickness and health, through the highs and the lows, I hope your love remains unchanged. Be each other's shade on a hot summer day, console each other when needed, and provide warmth to each other, may you be happy together forever and ever. Scene change. A maid asked, young master, where are you? Has anyone seen the young master? We are looking for him. His lessons will begin soon. Liam thought, they will never find me here. Nora spoke, how long are we going to play this game? Liam replied, but my lessons are boring. Nora told him, you must study to become a great person. Evelyn came and asked, are you hiding from the staff again? A maid spoke, welcome back, my lady. Liam said, you are back, mother, I missed you. Evelyn replied, yes, I am. Do you really despise your studies? Liam emphasized, yes, I would rather explore outdoors and pick berries. Evelyn explained, fine, if you really don't like it, but if you don't learn how to read, you won't be able to read the frog detective book you like so much. Liam spoke, fine, I will go study. Evelyn commented, that is a good idea. Martin came and asked, when did you come? Perfect timing, I just got back myself, how is the apothecary? Evelyn replied, we had just run out of medicinal herbs. She thought, so much has happened since my marriage and having Liam. Martin became the Duke of Iriaputh, and I graduated from university and became a pharmacist. I provide free medicine for the poor at various locations. Martin asked, you have not forgotten our promise, have you? Evelyn replied, of course not, shall I have the staff prepare it? We will be right back. Liam asked, can't I join you? Nora told him, you promised your mother that you would study. Both of them thought, thank goodness for Nora. Next scene. Martin told her, we have not watched the sunset by the lake in ages, do you remember? You went swimming here when you were pregnant. Evelyn replied, I don't know what got into me back then, it was so dangerous. Martin commented, back then, and even now, you are a brave person. Then they started kissing. Both of them thought, it has been a while. Then things got heated really quickly. Evelyn spoke, I want you to stay put, allow me to take control today. Martin asked, when did you become such a fox? Evelyn emphasized, now enjoy the show. While she was riding the horse, Martin told her, you are so beautiful. Evelyn asked, that came out of nowhere, do you mean it? Martin replied, of course, you will forever be beautiful. By the way, aren't you cold? Evelyn said, no, you are warm enough. Evelyn asked, is it age? I don't have it like I did before. Evelyn continued, it was not that bad. Martin told her, I have been so busy with work, I should start exercising again. Evelyn replied, you do that, shall we try for another child, if that is all right with you? Martin stated, I would love to, it would be even better if it is a daughter that looks just like you. This is the end of this story. Like this video, hit the like button, and subscribe for more videos.